Hey, hey, hey. It's a Friday, beginning of the week. Yeah, long weekend for me. Hmm, let's get started, shall we? Oh yeah, on the 4 o'clock shadow. Hey, hey, hey. I'll get that right one of these days. I'll get that right one of these days. And I see Tree Goblin is here in here. Bam! Hey, Tree Goblin, how's it going? Before we load this box up, I just wanted you to see the graphics on it. And you know, say hi to Shadowhawk.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? How you doing, Rex?
Oh, it's going good, going good. Yeah, I got one of these boxes. Gotta put the comics back in. So
Ah, all right.
older one, little Civil War with the spider what do you call it? Armored spider?
Yeah, yeah, I guess spider armor, something like
Yeah,
that.
kind of made it into the movies, didn't it?
Oh,
With
let me mute for a minute.
okay, yeah, dog alert, dog alert. I know all about that. Probably get Abby barking too if she hears it. I don't think she can hear it though. It's like through my earpieces, but you never know. You know, I can boomer it just like you know the best of them. Believe you me. And Shadowhawk would probably admit to the same. But hey, so how's it going? Good evening, Rex. Yes, indeed. It is a good evening. Didn't have to work today. Thankfully. Uh wow.
Oh, hey, I'm back, Rex.
There we go. And fire alert with the dogs. So I heard you had a good grill out because I did watch enough of Apex's show to see you come on and talk about chicken legs and butter beans and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, we had a nice little dinner,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I like that, especially this time of year. I grill as much as I can.
Oh man, yeah, and you do it right with the charcoal. That's the way to go, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It just adds
Oh,
that
yeah.
flavor that you'll never get with a gas grill.
So you had something special going on today, Rex, or just looking for company?
Just looking for company, bro.
Oh, okay,
Unless
cool,
you
cool.
got some spoilers.
Ah, no, nothing yet, nothing yet.
Oh, oh, I was hoping. Maybe I'll pry that oyster open one of these days.
We'll get there one of these days. We missed you last night, though, man. It was a good time with
Oh,
Joe
I
and his
miss
guys.
being here. Believe me, I was driving around going, "Oh, I wish I was there." I mean, got within a couple hours of being on, but I got in. I don't know, it was a shorter night. Stopped spraying at midnight. Of course, it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on how I hustle. And I don't try and hustle. I
Right.
mean, just do the
You're
speed
supposed to.
limit. I'll be a lot safer. And you don't know at nighttime what animals will jump out in front of you. But Abby did good. She was my co-pilot last night again.
Oh,
Of
that's
course,
nice.
I've got to let her out and have a water cup there for her and have a few treats. Got to keep my co-pilot happy.
Yeah, there you go. Is she pretty well behaved in the truck?
Oh, she's well behaved anywhere, unless there's another dog or some cat around, and then
Right, right.
it's like the instincts or a squirrel. I got home one night, just the other night, and there was a baby possum, and I didn't know what it was, but boy, she took off. I've got a broken down uh, plastic wheelbarrow that I collect my water in. Then I'll dump it out after a rain. I don't know why. I just all the wheels have disintegrated off of it. They were just that plastic stuff, and
Oh,
nice wheelbarrow till that happened. And then it had one wheel on it for a while, but she kind of went around there. And I was like, what and then I guess it went down the house and it's smelling down the house. And it got under my barbecue grill, talking about
oh, well.
barbecuing. And then finally it peeked its head out. I just sit down while she did that. And then I was like, oh, I see what no, we're not messing with that. Here, you're coming in the house. So, yeah, I got under my barbecue because I have a barbecue skirt over it to, it's a larger one that I've only used like maybe twice, 2, 3 times, not very much. It's really a nice one, but it's, unless you're going to do a big event, you don't really need it. I bought that for like my house opening, and I had about 40 people over. And that's probably the most I've ever grilled for somebody. I had corn on the cob and the whole schmear, hot dogs and hamburgers and I don't know what else. And I'd been up for like 8 hours straight or something getting it ready. I don't know. It was a long time. No, I think it was longer than that. Might have been like 14, 15 hours. I was dead by the time the company arrived. But yeah, grilling is the best way to go for summer food. Uh, I have not grilled. Well, I don't want to say that. Even when the weather was colder, I grilled a few times, but frankly, I just haven't had the meat in the house to do it. So uh, I'll probably grill. Now, I do have some hot dogs. I may grill some hot dogs this weekend and take one to my mother or something. She'd appreciate that.
oh yeah, I haven't
Although
heard about your mom lately. How's she doing?
she's doing pretty good. She's across the street here, and I go and see her just about every day. Not every day. Usually, I might miss a day, and then
Yeah,
they feed them pretty good. And I always come back with some food that she didn't eat. If she eats in the house, I mean, eats in her apartment. If she doesn't eat in her room, then she'll eat out in the dining room that they have there, and she won't bring anything home except maybe some snacks.
right, right.
But
But she's
usually they
enjoying
give her
herself
two,
and
huh?
she's settling in and making friends, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I think from what my friend Elsie says, who's talked to her on the phone, that I think it's overall been very good for her to have
That's
company
good.
around and not just be in a house by herself. and
Yeah. I know.
all her needs kind of taken care of. Now she's still active and does her own laundry, although they would do that. All she'd have to do is mark her stuff, and they would do it. But
Hey, that's
uh,
good for her. If she can still, get around and do it, then
yeah, she may need a walker. I mean, she's 86, be 87 this year in August. But
wow.
she's broken her hip on both sides. She was like me for a long time, never a broke bone in her body. And then life happened time again.
There you go.
Snapped a tendon in her foot, and that probably led to her breaking her hip the couple times that she did.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
dragging on the carpet or something, stumble and fall.
yeah.
When you get that old, you get kind of fragile, right?
Oh sure, sure. I mean, 86, man. You got to seen a lot of things, man. Imagine what she's, you know, talk about no. I mean, watching technology boom. You know.
Yeah. Well, I had told that little story about talking to her mother, my grandmother, who I think she passed away in 95. That's how long she's been gone. But I said, well, I think I've lived in the best of times. Now, this is when I was still a young kid. And I said, we went to the moon, and I rattled off a few other things. And he said, well, I think I've lived in the best of times. We went from horse and buggy to the first cars to radio to TV to, and I could see your point.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
mean,
for her life was the best of times,
yeah.
even though,
That had to have been incredible. That just
even
live.
though it was hard. Yeah. I mean, she lived a few miles from here in another little town. Um, just a hop, skip, and jump. It's connected really to Jonesboro now, um, but back then in the probably maybe the oh man maybe even the 20s. I don't know. When she was a kid, she was
Wow.
kicked. She was kicked in the chin by a mule and knocked her out for like 3 days,
Oh,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean she had a scar on her chin. I've got a scar right here too from where I ran into uh, another kid on the playground.
Yeah.
He had to have 3 stitches in his forehead, and I had 3 in my chin.
Well, especially growing up around on a farm or around animals like that, when accidents happen, they can be pretty severe.
Yeah, her brother now had an appendicitis, a bad one. It was getting ready to
Ooh,
rupture. And so they didn't have a car, and they had to make it to town here. And he ran all the way to this one neighbor, but he wasn't home. That was a mile away. So he ran another mile back. So he's ran 2 miles already. Then he ran to the other neighbor that flanked him, and they were home and had a car. So he ran 3 miles, and then they
wow.
drove back to his house, picked him up, and got him just in time because it was getting ready to rupture. And he
Oh,
would back then you would have died. Well, today you might even die.
well, even yeah, today I had a buddy of mine that didn't know, that he had a serious condition, and
Mm-hmm.
his uh, intestine ruptured, and by the time he got to the hospital and into surgery, he didn't make it, man. And he was only, I think, he just turned 40 when that happened.
Wow, that's way too young. I mean, every day's a blessing, isn't it? I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. I
it
mean,
really is. If you reach
but I
our
mean,
age,
and it came out of, comes out of nowhere. The guy was, healthy.
yeah.
I worked with him every day at the landscape company, and then all of a sudden I heard he was in surgery, and yeah, that was it.
How long you work in landscaping? I did it for about 6 months.
Oh, I did 10 years.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to change careers. I like this, but like this year really woke me up that we're really getting started late. And, I'll be lucky to get in a little over 4 months work. And you
Right.
can't live off that. And I've not tried to live off of it for 10 years, but this has been a particularly bad year, a late
Yeah.
start. And it may go a little later in October, but by then it's probably won't.
Yeah. My
I
main line of
mean,
work has been industrial maintenance. That's where I spent most of my life, and then I got divorced in 2000.
Is that a good way of saying janitor? Because I've done some
No, 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 no,
janitor
no.
work.
No, maintenance on big machines, electric. I can do
Okay.
electrical work, plumbing, piping. I work on a automated bottling and packaging lines, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Conveyor
Yeah,
belt.
you really have to watch that machinery though, don't you? I mean, you can
Oh
get,
yeah, very very precise stuff. You
yeah,
gotta really dial it in.
you can't be lax around it because
Oh well,
you could
yeah,
get
that too. You can get hurt.
you could get hurt and crushed, killed. Yeah. I mean,
Especially now they're using those servo motors a lot in these production
mhm,
lines, and
mhm.
those little babies are unforgiving, man.
I bet.
Yeah, they
Well,
got a
let's
lot more torque than you realize. Go ahead,
get
Rick.
get started, and I'll show you a few items. Here's the Thor Fendrel that I picked up. And man, just for these little ones here, like the price tag. Now I didn't pay that. Got it at Fred's. $12 for just, a fairly small figure. I
Yeah,
mean,
he was.
those are, huh?
Was that like a 3 3/4, something like that?
Yeah. I mean, let's see here.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, for
Happen to
12
have a
bucks.
room.
Haha, there you
That's probably about, I'm going to say about 4 inches.
go. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
about 4 inch tall.
that's
Yeah.
pretty small scale. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a $12 toy, and that was before they went up, I'm sure, because
Oh
I
yeah.
imagine toys are outrageous nowadays with
Oh god, Christmas
everything
puts a
going up.
dent in me every year.
And you must be sitting outside because I heard some birds earlier.
Yeah, I'm out on the back porch again.
Yeah,
It's usually one of the quieter spots, but
little
you
emoji
know.
pairs that they came out with. Probably at this almost looks like I think Valentine's. But
Yeah,
now they have a whole emoji line. Of course, I like the old Smiley from the '60s.
oh
But
yeah.
now this one's kind of weird. Have you ever felt like that?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some loose. I've tried to collect all these, but they come in different stem colors too. So they're variants. Like here's the girl that puckers up
Oh,
in the
okay.
red stem, and then here it is in the blue stem. So there's quite a few to collect. Like here's the
Yeah, there's the
fluorescent.
old Smiley.
There's the old Smiley, and then you have Smiley with an orange stem in the bag.
Oh,
I have
okay.
some loose, but most of them are in the bag. And then
Now,
some
did
of them
they
are
ever
like,
do a Pez version of the Smiley with the bullet hole in his forehead? You
no,
remember that one, right?
no. But I imagine I could take some of these and make a fantasy pets.
There you go.
Here he is winking.
Oh, that's cool.
But like I say, he may come in different stem colors. So and here's another one on the card. And I got these at Hobby Lobby, $1.99, pretty expensive. And now they're over $2. Him with his sunglasses on, and it is summer, so and then here's Squidward from SpongeBob.
My wife would love that one. She loves SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You're on the
and
You're on video.
Patrick from SpongeBob there got him turned around backwards. I could send her a SpongeBob underwear.
No,
Huh?
my wife was just checking it out. I let her know I'm live. She's like, "Oh, am I on video?" I'm like, "No."
No,
Yeah.
just your kitchen sink and
Yeah.
your
My wall.
hallway. Now I've got a whole thing. Now I have more than this, but I have a whole tote of if I can get it open. Here we go. I popped these off for fantasy pads. I had pads that would light up, that would all kinds of stuff. I did. I really was into it. Here's like Tigger, just a head. These are nothing but popped off heads that I have. Gloria Hippo. Now she's pretty neat because she's got like rubber ears.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That's a Madagascar, right?
Madagascar. I have
Okay.
the dun 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 the Death Star,
Ah, cool.
and then of course here's from Aladdin, the chick from Aladdin, and I would take these off for the stem colors, and because I would need that particular stem color, and these never made it back on the stems, and a lot of them that I like to take, like he's got a little Pez hat, little Pez cap. These were like the sours that they did.
Yeah.
And they have fluorescent colors for their stems. So I would use a lot of these. I have a bunch of the pineapple, and like here's that was the watermelon with the Paz cap. I liked him, and then
Well,
the sour apple.
you're
Huh?
southwest there, Rex. Do you guys have a Jack in the Box down by you?
No, we don't. But now I have 3 Jack in the Box Pez that they made for promos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they used to make little antenna balls, that you stick on your car antenna.
Oh yeah,
And I would
like
take those and
like
pull off.
this.
Yeah,
That's
and
what that is.
I'd custom paint those into like Spider-Man or Captain America or the Hulk or something.
Oh, that's cool. C3PO.
Oh, that's cool.
He looks like he's right out of Star Wars because he did get disassembled, didn't he?
Yeah, that's
In
what
the
I was just saying. It reminds me of was that Return of the Jedi? Or no, that was Empire.
Tow Mater. Now this one they issued very few of them in the beginning, where the engine and everything was totally brown inside for Tow Mater. They later just did the manifold. Is that what it or filter? What's the little
Uh,
round thing?
the air cleaner.
The air cleaner, okay, they
Yeah,
just
the
did
air
it,
filter.
and actually, I
Yeah,
had one that was brown that had a white dot on it, and I sold it, but
yeah.
that might have been just a paint mistake, but rare variant. Cinderella. Well, no, this is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
So, like, what kind of prices do Pez go for, Rex? Because I have no clue.
Oh, they can go for
I mean,
hundreds
like,
and thousands,
really?
depending.
Wow.
Here was one of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
9/11 rescue heroes. I like him because he's like GI Joe, like just the
yeah. I like
guy
his
from.
goggles, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you can see his eyes and everything painted underneath that clear blue plastic.
Yeah, yeah. That's a neat one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kept these, and I forget what movie this is from. But now that's about the goofiest looking one they've ever
Oh, I
done.
forget what cartoon that's from.
Yeah, and it's like kind of a more rubber type
Oh,
material
okay.
too here on her hair or feathers, whatever you want to call it. Which they have not done the rubber. The Madagascars were the first ones that they did rubber with since the 1970s, and those were made in America. And they were like Batman, Batgirl, Penguin, Joker, and
Oh,
they're worth a lot of money, several
wow.
hundred, maybe 500 a piece if they're in good shape. I don't know.
Now,
I'm guessing.
do you think the rubber ones hold up better than the plastic, or vice versa?
The plastic will hold up better than the rubber for sure.
Oh, okay. That's I was
Uh,
thinking. Yeah, probably.
Now there was 2 variants on this. This is from Madagascar. You would have the line from the nose to the mouth, or like this, not with the. And I don't really know which is rare,
Oh, okay.
but they have different variants. Like they have, um, Winnie the Pooh, and he had thick eyebrows when he came out for a very short time, and that's the one to collect. And then they went to a thinner eyebrow. So just variants, just
Oh,
like in
okay.
comics, can make them more valuable. Oh, I don't know where Risey is. I didn't mean to say it that way. I don't know where Risey is. Am I my Risey's keeper? Sure, I am.
Hail Tree
Yeah,
Goblin. Is Lorenzo here? I can't see the chat.
Lorenzo's here. He
Howdy,
said hi.
Lorenzo.
Hey Rex, Shadowhawk, and Tree Goblin. Uh, let's see. Here's a Spider-Man head, one of the
There you go.
restyling. Yeah, got a few few heroes. These, like I say, this is a mixed bag. And then
Yeah, I
I
think it
have
was
some, huh?
last Thursday. Remember, I told you I had to take my daughter to a little picnic thing.
Yeah,
It's
didn't
like
you
the
have a
toys that.
graduation as well? Or did you?
Yeah, that was. I think that was the couple days before.
Okay.
But it turns out they were doing like little games and stuff for tickets. So she went to go turn in her tickets, and out of the blue, she comes back with two Hello Kitty Pez dispensers. With full
Oh
on little
yeah.
Pez. I
I
was like,
like
oh
those.
hey,
Those are cute.
yeah, and I imagine Hello Kitty's popular, right? I mean,
Yeah,
been
Hello
popular.
Kitty. It's been out for several years. It's
Oh,
quite
that's been around
popular.
a long time.
These are sours. That's why they have their tongues out, like sour fruit. Let's see what else we have in here. Here's the construction worker from the 911. Check that chin out. Kind of like Dillard. Looks like Dillard from Dillard Draws, the buckler.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe a little darker complexion. Yeah. And then Simba, I believe, from
Yeah, I think so.
Circle of Life. What else do we have in here? Oh, this is one of the Halloween ones, sort of a ghost, and it glows in the dark.
Oh yeah, I love the
The
glow in the
face,
dark.
the face part does, yeah. And this
I've
was a
only
booger. This was, a booger to get off because, you have to pry the knife under the side here, and all this hanging down. This was hard to get off. This is probably the only one that's loose like that. And you don't find these very often. They're seasonal.
okay.
The Halloween ones, and then some of the detail. I mean, like when these came out for Ice Age, the detailing on them were really nice. That's of course the
I
saber
forget what
tooth.
his name was. Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe Cool. Gotta have Joe Cool, right?
Oh, of course. I
Snoopy.
love Snoopy.
Yeah.
I gotta change locations real quick, Rex. It's
Okay.
starting to rain out here, so I'm gonna have
Oh
to head.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm home. And we have a witch head. That's a good way to show them, huh? I could always make these into Christmas ornaments, or in this case, Halloween ornaments. Just put a hook on them, right? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I know Shadowhawk has one of these. He showed it to me on this show. And it's retired too. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Mickey Mouse. This one's probably from China. I can kind of tell by the way the face is made. The thing about these, I have a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse. Not that he's a great. Hey, Doc. Man, I got fuzz or feather. Somehow feather in there. Mickey Mouse, Pez head. The thing about these, they were made in different places. But now the eyes would go to the left, to the right, sometimes be crossed. So I have a bunch of variants on him. He's kind of looking off, I guess to his right here. But
Okay,
there's other.
relocation complete.
Huh?
This is relocation complete.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was showing a Darth Vader head.
Oh, I missed him.
And I
I've
know
got it.
you.
I think I showed you one, didn't I? Not too long
Yeah. I
ago.
was saying that you showed me one on here one time, and it's retired. I think it was a 5.9. I can't remember right where from. I have a lot of Glory hippos in here because she was sort of fluorescent colored, and I have a lot of Death Stars because they were just like black. They were just like black stems.
Oh, okay.
That's all I've got in this, which is quite a few. There's a bunch of. I did miss her because she's great. This is
Did I hear you say hi to Doc a minute ago? Hail, Doc.
yeah, Doc's in here. From Garfield.
Oh yeah, that's the little cute one, whatever its name was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pez collecting's fun. I mean, I started collecting Pez in 1997. Of course, I had some from my childhood, or
Man,
I
that
had.
just seems like a collection that's going to be hard to keep up with, man, because they make every. It's
Now
like
they do. When I started collecting, they didn't.
right. But it seems almost like Funko Pops at this point. It's like there's no keeping up.
Well, Pez has been around since like 1927.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Normal.
Normal.
That's yeah.
Good memory, Doc.
That was Witchapoo. Now, Witchapoo is from, if you remember the reference, is from this little show right here.
HR
Puffin Stuff. HR Puffin Stuff. How's that, Doc? I've got an HR Puffin Stuff pen right here to show you.
Talk about dating yourself, Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, Witchypoo.
Witchypoo, man.
She was a lot of fun.
The little talking flute. It was a magic flute, wasn't it?
Yeah, that little flute that the boy had, and she was always trying to get it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have some of those on disc.
Oh wow. Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm really trying to relive my childhood as far as the memories and the show.
That's great, man. I love all.
And kids and grandkids are still going to enjoy that stuff. They might think it's weird, but they'll enjoy it. And then if they don't understand something, you can explain it to them, hopefully.
I don't know in your part of the country, but I think it was, God, I'm going to say mid to late 70s, maybe, the Croft Super Show.
And the Croft Super Show. Yeah, they were the ones that did The Land of the Lost.
Yeah, and they did was a electric woman, a Dinah Girl.
Dinah Girl, right. I used to watch that.
Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. They did a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, that Croft Super Show, I used to watch that religiously when I was a kid, man.
Well, I think Croft Super Show also did HR Puffin Stuff. I think that was one
as well. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Like Dr. Shrinker, Land of the Lost, Sigmund the Sea Monster. Yeah. Uh-huh. Dinah Girl was cute.
Yeah, Dinah Girl was a little hottie.
And
then they used to get musical
the Grown Woman. I preferred
Electra Woman.
Electra Woman. Yeah, I preferred her.
Yeah, I've always been more into brunettes and blondes. So.
Right, but I think she has a twin.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I mean, in real life.
In real life, because she was on one of the One Life to Live or something for a long time. One of the girls, but I think there's actually two. So how cool is that if you can have if your sister can double for you?
I thought we were family friendly here, Greg.
Huh?
I thought we were family friendly.
Not necessarily. There we go. Hey, Doc.
There he is.
Hey, guys.
The man with the pipe.
Electro Woman and Dinah Girl.
Oh, yeah. They were grown women, even the small Dinah Girl.
Do you remember, I think it was either 74 or 75, it was Captain Cool and the Cons with the Croft Super Show. They were I guess Sid Marty Croft rock
I'm
band.
sure I've watched it.
I'm sure I probably had to see them.
Yeah, I watched all that stuff, Sigmund and all.
Yeah, they were the hosts the year that Land of the Lost debuted. Dr. Shrinker, Wonderbug, all those.
Oh, Wonderbug, yeah.
I always wondered why Wonderbug didn't stay turned into Wonderbug.
Yeah, really. I mean,
and Filmation had in the late 70s had Hercules and with the cape and the clean looking Hercules, and had Isis, animated, and they had their own super team.
No,
Yep.
ISIS.
And then you
ISIS,
had the
I like.
Oriental guy that was kind of the martial artist. Yeah.
Remember the
ISIS.
Arabian?
Who was the actress that played her? Any idea?
Oh, ISIS.
She passed
Yeah.
away not long ago.
Oh, did
Oh
she?
no.
Yeah,
I
I
just got the
remember
whole
seeing it.
collection. I'm watching it now. I've got the whole collection.
Yeah, she
That
was.
crossed over with Shazam. She
Yeah.
predated any superhero woman on TV.
hmm
She was
Really?
before Bionic Woman. She was before Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely right.
And I was totally in lust.
So was
Oh
I.
yeah.
So
He
was I.
was a hottie boy.
You
Yeah.
couldn't tell me nothing. Let's get this Shazam show over with so I can see.
Yep.
Almighty ISIS, ISIS, ISIS.
And that was put out by Filmation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Filmation did all that live action type stuff, but then Croft did too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, the 70s was a fun time, but the 60s, as far as cartoons, I'm sorry, just the action adventure type stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the reason they curtailed that was due to legislation by Ted Kennedy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah, you got to
Corrupting
go
the
back
youth,
even further to find the very best cartoons. Those were original. Merry Melodies and Warner Brothers.
Oh
Oh,
man,
yeah.
those are my favorite.
Oh,
And
yeah. I mean,
God,
the
they
first,
were
can't-
beautiful to look at.
I may
And,
get some argument out of this, but really the first superhero was Popeye.
I'm not going to disagree too much for that. He was a
I
superhero.
I was in the chat last time just hanging and listening to the argument. I think you had Greg on, and
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, I mean, it's kind of like Underdog. He takes the little vitamin pill, he becomes a superhero.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
Popeye eats the spinach. Suddenly,
I
he
loved Underdog. I've got
Yeah.
some of
Yep.
those. I don't have all of
But-
them. But I
but
do.
yeah,
Sinbad
Popeye
the
did.
sailor would pull that belt.
He did
Sinbad
superhuman
sailor,
feats,
sailor in the
you know, after.
70s.
And I know you remember Clutch Cargo with the lips.
Yeah, dude, those lips always freaked me out.
Yeah,
I did not like that cartoon.
I
Yeah.
watched it though. I did. watch it.
same reason I didn't really care for Johnny Quest. It's like the art is amazing until you get to the animation part, and then it's okay. This is freaky.
But it was
Yeah,
all
yeah.
hand done, and
That's true.
it had
But
a
Johnny
one.
Quest, yeah, I
mean-
gotta say, was better than Clutch Cargo.
Yeah.
I mean, see now I asked my friend, "What's the best Disney animated movie out there?" And he said, Lion King. Now, one reason he said that is he got to share that with his daughters growing up,
Mhm.
and I understand that. But I said, "You're crazy." Pick
Yeah, I think a
Jungle
lot of that
Book or
might
something
be.
like that.
Little
Because
Mermaid.
I mean, it was all hand done. By then, you had computers and rotoscoping and stuff.
Yeah, there was a
I'm-
lot of computer animation in The Lion King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot.
And I'm saying, do
Well,
it by
I-
hand
Little
done.
Mermaid, the scenes where the ship is at sea and it goes sailing right by the camera and then it pans around. Are
I
you
gotta go
kidding
old
me?
school, and only because of this toy I had when I was a kid, and I'll explain that in a minute. But oh my God! Now the name of the movie, not Phantasm. It's
Is
the
it the
class-
one with the ball?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mickey is the wizard with the marching brooms and the
Yeah,
the whales. And
Oh,
the,
Phantasm.
yes.
is it Phantasm? It's something like that.
I think
Yeah.
so.
But
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Phantasm.
Mhm.
okay. But
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
I had a little projector that had these like self-contained reels in it when I was a kid.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And
Where
dude,
you
yes.
would just,
You could
Yeah.
go frame by frame and move the animation
I don't
forward
know
and
if I ever
backwards.
had that, but I
Oh,
had the Viewmasters.
I
I
did. I had
loved
the little
that
projector.
thing to
You did?
death.
It was
Yeah,
basically a ViewMaster projector.
Yeah.
And,
If you
and
could-
And
You
you
just
would have
crank
to
the little
load up a
handle.
new reel on it, wouldn't you? To
Yeah.
show different things.
yeah.
it was almost like a little VHS cassette or something.
Yeah,
that you
before
flipped in there.
VHS. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, there
it-
were no reruns, reshows, hardly.
You
I
could
know
Unless
take
it went
you could
to
take a
spend
little
an hour.
screen. It had a little projection screen with it.
Yeah.
But you could take it off and project it up on the wall.
I
Yeah.
used to.
I did that
know-
onto a piece
I
of
know for
poster
a
board, and I
fact-
made posters.
I know for
Wow,
a fact.
there you go,
I
Doc.
used to take, just like they did on Doctor Who in England and around the world, really wherever it was shown, a mic and put it up to the TV and record the audio from a TV show like Mork and Mindy.
hmm
You
Oh,
ever
sure.
do that?
Nope.
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 I did.
I
I
actually,
happen to have one of those, where you had the big punch.
Yeah,
Big,
yeah. I know what you're talking about, but
Mhm.
I was too busy recording songs off the King Biscuit Flower Hour.
Okay.
Do you remember the King Biscuit Flower Hour?
Yep.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to watch everything from Soul Train to,
Oh, dude, man, the King Biscuit Flower Hour
Hee
is the
Haw
only place
to,
you'd get real hard rock.
okay.
And I would
Oh
wait
yeah.
for it to come on at 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. And I'd be right there with my boombox ready to go with a tape to record. And that's what I was doing. I think if I'd have got caught recording TV in the living room with a family the size of mine, they would have curb stomped me for being in the way.
Well, Doc, I agree with you. There was a lot of good cartoons long before the 60s. For me, though, that was the early impressionable years. And
Mhm.
that's when, uh, I first discovered superheroes and stuff. And I
Yeah,
think that kind of led to my love for monsters and
yeah,
superheroes.
yeah. Oh my God,
And,
yeah.
and
Ultraman on
Ultraman.
Saturday
Oh,
mornings.
I've got
You
all
you know,
those.
you
I've got
couldn't
all
tell
Spectreman,
me shit.
Ultraman,
Space Giants.
Space Giants. Those were was that Goldar, Silvar,
Yep.
and yeah,
Nico
yeah,
and
yeah.
Gam. Yep.
I used to watch all those, man.
Yep.
God.
And again, I could never figure out why don't they just stay in robot form?
Did you watch like
Exactly.
later Shogun Warriors?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I
I
had
had some Shogun Warrior toy, and I think I
I did
still have
too. I
them
had Ray
somewhere.
Dean, the big one with the battle axe fist that
And
would shoot off.
you got the large one.
Was he the
Yes.
was he the
Yeah,
mostly black upper torso?
No, he was red, silver, and blue and yellow.
Okay.
I
I
never had
had the
him,
one
but
that was
mine were about
the
that
mostly
big
black
and
upper
come in a
torso with
box,
the
Hmm hmm
with
His
and
the
they
head
were
red.
would come
metal,
off.
but they would shoot projectiles
Yeah.
or
His
Yeah.
fists.
Or
his
fist.
head would come off, and it was a spaceship.
Yeah.
Wow.
His
Yeah,
right arm was a fist with a battle axe on each side,
I
and it would
remember
shoot
it.
off.
Yeah,
You know,
he had like the
the
things on
horns.
his head,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
And
he
then
had
they had
a missile launcher
Godzilla
in his
as an
chest.
enemy that was the same
missile
size.
launcher. Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
that?
those are fun toys, man. I still love them. I may even start collecting some of the vintage ones when
Dude,
you
I can't
know,
even afford a loaf of bread. I can't afford to collect
I
anymore.
know, brother. I mean,
Oh my
but
God, the
look, man,
prices
I've got
lately.
it on my bucket list. Okay, I actually priced those out recently, and
Uh huh.
something like in the box is like $200, or depending
Listen,
on what it is.
I'm offering right now publicly. I did it on my Facebook and my Twitter. I've got a perfectly good kidney I'm not using that I will swap for a tank of gas.
Oh crap! Don't
Damn,
do
Doc.
it. Don't do it, Doc.
Where I
All right,
hate
two
to ask,
tanks.
but where
Two
are
tanks.
you at, Doc?
Yeah, no doubt. Probably. Well, it's over $8,
You in
I
Alaska,
think, in
brother?
California. I think gas is over $8 in California, and diesel's higher than gas.
Oh my
What
God.
I keep wondering is how is it that we can have a baby formula shortage? If men can be women, shouldn't they all just be lactating into bottles and selling that shit?
No doubt. But
Hey, Carol.
one answer to that, hey Carol, one answer to that is the border. I think a lot of the formula went down to the border.
Oh, for goodness sakes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you?
because
There's a
they
guy in
don't care if you're
Brooklyn.
a citizen or not. They just want votes.
Yeah, there's a guy in Brooklyn. I kid you not.
Now, I
He,
showed this yesterday. This,
Oh yeah.
that type of stuff
yeah,
influenced even Spidey in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy in Brooklyn was going to go to the border, renounce his citizenship, and then come back across the border so he could get all the benefits.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
what pisses me off is, oh well, citizen killed because this guy was a 5-time deported 5 times,
yes,
and he
yes,
kept coming back.
yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Hey,
When
Carol, how you doing?
you have a
So,
known
so
criminal and
it's
they keep deporting him.
yeah. So, Carol, it's either how y'all or how y'all are in my part of
How
the world.
y'all guys doing?
How y'all are.
How's yous?
The one thing I
doing?
hate, by the way, in all contemporary literature and movies and TV shows, is when they have a Southerner speak to a single person and call them y'all. We don't do that.
No,
Y'all
yeah,
is
that's
you
I
all.
don't.
It's for a
I,
group of people.
I don't think you've heard me say y'all on here once. Now,
Oh, I
Mandy,
use it.
maybe.
I
How
use it all
y'all
the time.
doing? Oh,
Hey, love
okay.
bug. Okay,
Love
so
bug.
who
Yeah,
else enjoyed her
I
vacation
know it.
pics?
Oh, I did see those.
Oh, I saw
Uh,
a couple. Yeah,
she needs to
Samantha.
work out a little bit.
No, no, she doesn't. She's perfect.
Okay. Well, there you go. She
Perfect.
likes a little on the bone.
Softness.
Yeah, a little softness.
Yeah,
I'll
use
tell you
is a
what.
Philadelphia thing. Yeah,
The amazing thing is Mandy has actually gotten prettier over the last few years.
success will do that.
Yeah. I guess so.
She's gotten what?
She's
Prettier.
gotten prettier.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you can grade up. You know.
She's still young. I don't think a
Yeah.
woman hits their peak until their mid 30s.
Oh
But
yeah,
what a
for
peak,
sure.
Doc. What a
And some
peak. That
women,
makes
I
me want a
mean, can
mountain climb.
maintain
You
that
know what I mean?
well into their, later years. I mean, you look at
Hmm.
Sophia Loren; she's still
Oh
beautiful.
yeah.
My wife is still beautiful, and she's like me. She's on. We're older than 30.
Well, I had news about
Almost
My
messed
wife,
up and said her
dyeing my
age.
my
I had
wife is
news about
eternally
dyeing my
35,
hair
and
because
she's
they
beautiful.
just about
Yeah.
convinced me, and then I met a woman that I graduated high school with just the other day at the grocery store, and she said, "Don't do it."
Hmm.
So I got
Yeah,
to give her some credence. So I don't know.
yeah. I didn't go to a reunion, but there was a get together of a bunch of us that went to high school together, just down at a local coffee shop, probably 20
Yeah.
of us. And I walked in, I'm like, who the fuck are all these old people?
Yeah, man, I went to my 10-year reunion, and
Yes,
that
we
that
are.
was it was bad enough. I don't want to go to the like 40.
Was it depressing?
Yeah, yeah,
10
I
year
get
was depressing, man, but I can't imagine what 40's gonna.
I get
yeah.
melancholy when I use now all my uh 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 annuals were destroyed, and I had them from first grade to 12th. That
Mm.
was unusual. Most people just get their senior year, junior, and senior year. I had them all the way through, and
Tree goblin, holy shit. Jesus.
you're jealous because you're jelly because Mandy won best smelling. Ooh, okay.
Shit. Whack, 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 whack.
Ew.
If
I need some more
if you
coffee.
don't know
Be right back.
what's going on there, watch Thursday night's Jack show. You'll understand.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have no desire to really. I mean, uh, yeah, I mean, Mandy's okay with me. I don't know why she gets so much guff, but I know, uh, I
I think
just
a
take a
lot of that's
person
just
on a. I
straight
I
up.
try not to go. Well, I don't like Shadowhawk. I don't like Doc. I don't like Greg. I don't like Tree Goblin. I don't like. I like everybody. And if that makes me a pariah to some, sorry, Doc. Uh, then oh well. I mean, until somebody like Vic says messes with your business, I guess,
Right,
then
right,
that's another matter. That's getting downright mean, I guess, when they're messing with your livelihood. Because
exactly.
I'm like Doc, I'd like to have bread to make a sandwich with. And it's getting harder and harder to get that bread.
Well, again, we kind of talked about this with Joe last night. The whole thing with CG is everybody, for the most part, we do. Everybody's got
Hmm.
some bad apples in every bushel, but for the most part, everybody is so supportive. They're willing to help everybody else. I mean, even these big guys, the bigger creators and stuff, are
Yeah,
willing to
I mean,
help out, give advice.
I hear a lot of people, EBS this or that, or we're in the slums, or we're somewhere middle class, whatever. I mean, I may not be able to get on EBS's show right now, but I mean, it's something to aspire to. To me, he's just another person. He's a
Yeah,
professional. Yeah, no
and
doubt.
never
He's a
say
professional
never.
in the
I
field.
mean,
I'm
you
not
know,
much right now, but I'm drinking milk, damn it.
Is it lactated milk?
I got to tell you
freshly
though,
squeezed.
Ethan had mentioned
Squeeze me.
last year on a Monday night show with all the guys, he had mentioned this idea that they would kind of each take an up and comer under their wing and kind of have it like a celebrity mentoring and then help push their product out. And I thought, damn, that's a great idea. So immediately, of course, I reached out to Aaron Lopresti and said, I draw like you do. Take me, pick me, pick me. And he goes, well, I don't know anything about that. Okay, but if it happens, just remember I reached out first.
Nice, dude. Hey, you couldn't ask for a better guy. I love watching Aaron throw down ink, man. God,
Yeah.
Aaron Lopresti,
Definitely.
in my, just my preference, he's the best of them as far as his art because it's, it's more in keeping with my style and what I grew up with. It's just good, solid, well constructed art.
have you seen the zombie piece I got from Aaron? Doc?
I think I did. Show me.
Oh, it's
Hold,
awesome. It looks
hold on
like
a
Bernie
second.
Wrightson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. And God,
hold on just a
he's
That's
got
one
a,
of the best pieces you have, Shadowhawk.
yeah, he's got a little bit of John Byrne in
Oh,
him. He's got a
I
little bit of
agree.
Perez in
Yeah,
him.
it's,
He's
it's,
got a
it's
little Buscema in him.
Who
and you
does?
guys, and you know me.
Aaron,
I mean, horror got me into comics to start with, so that's, I mean,
Who did?
that. Hold on one sec.
Aaron got you into
no,
comics?
he said horror.
No,
Oh,
horror.
horror. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he's a genuinely nice guy. I'll tell you, I learned to read with comic books. My mother went out and got some Batman, Superman, and I couldn't read, and she would read them to me and then
It
show
kind of
me.
made you a reader, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did,
Eventually.
and she would have me sound out the special effects, whack, boom,
There you go.
and
Okay, Brad, you ready
it's,
for this?
I'm
yeah,
ready.
come on.
All right, and then get ready to embiggen it. And I know you're looking to see more of the
Okay,
house.
just a second.
I'm
Let me
watching
make you
this
big.
time. All right, you ready?
What do you
Here we
say?
go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Now that's Aaron Lopresti, right?
Yeah,
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 that's I will. Oh man, I got such a glare off that light, but look at that.
yeah.
He really channeled his
There's a great Scarlet Witch up there somewhere too.
Oh yes, there is. One
Frankenstein
second.
like Bernie Wrightson. And look at that great logo that his daughter did for him.
There's
That's
not
awesome.
only a great Scarlet Witch. There's
Mhm.
a pretty spectacular Salamandroid right now.
I
too.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
That's right, sir.
Yeah,
I got to
right.
do you a really decent one, Shadowhawk, and just send it to you.
Oh man, come on now.
Oh, man.
Both of those are just kind of,
Love it.
okay, blah. Let me send you a really good piece I've done.
A friend
My
of mine
son,
learned to read the same way since.
I'd be honored, sir, and I will make space for you.
yeah. Let me see if I can show you guys something. My son
Oh.
has one of the best I ever did, where a 24 by 36 is what's called a couch size painting. So, oops,
Wow.
I did one for my son of a character named after him that I did in the 90s. Let me see if I can find it. It's not a really good photo, but yeah, there it is. Share screen. But I like it just because, of what it was.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay, give me a second.
Take your time.
Okay. I wanted to give Matt a wrench. He didn't have a wrench, so here you go. There's your wrench. Boom. Thank you, Lorenzo, for letting me know. Please hit that like button and subscribe button if you're not already.
Absolutely. Show the man some love.
Hail Matt in the chat.
We
Hail,
always try and give quality.
So this is again a 24 by 36, and it looks like it says 04, but I know it's earlier than that. Oh, I just signed it in 04. This was circa 1994 or 5.
And what character is that?
This is Sunrider, and
Okay.
he's part of my original comic book group that I did called Alpha Strike.
Mhm.
And he's kind of, flame based. He has all the powers of a sun. And I never liked the way the Human Torch was rendered when he was flamed on. So my guy, when he's
Right.
actually heated up, he just has a hot aura around him.
Right.
And we got rid of the mask and got rid of the mullet because he's absolutely got a mullet.
Yeah.
You know what he kind of reminds
When
me
did you
of?
create him? Like 1986?
Definitely late 80s, early 90s.
It kind of reminds me of Thundercats.
Oh, don't say that. That's hurtful.
Oh
Well,
no, I don't know.
oh
I do
no.
like the character design though, man. And you can't go wrong with red and gold, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I've updated it since, and I'm debating on whether or not to. My next book after Pariah is going to be a relaunch of that team book that I created back in the '90s because the characters were really good, but give them a fresh look, you know. And by fresh, I mean not '90s look. They're going to go back to retro Silver Age look.
so red. I mean, yeah. Sorry, Doc. Question for you. You mentioned that they call it 24 by 36 couch size.
Yes,
I always thought that meant it had to be horizontal. Um,
it is.
okay,
Yeah, you're
so
right.
that one, even though we were looking at it vertically, that the
Hmm.
horizontal hung.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
Oh,
Say it again.
so that's actually hung horizontally when it's on the wall,
No,
even
no,
though.
no. It's hung
That's what
vertically,
she said.
Okay, so
but
it
that's
doesn't matter which orientation it's in as long as it's 24 by 36.
right, right. The
Okay,
uh, the the standard sizes for a painter. Typically, there's some that'll paint smaller, but the smallest I go is a 16 by 20, and the largest is like a 40 by 50.
oh
Those are
wow,
your bread and butter
yeah,
painting
that's a big.
sizes.
And we do like bread and butter.
Yes, I love bread and butter pickles. They're so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
picked some
going
of
to take
those
up a
up the
good
other
portion
day.
of a wall. So
Only
40 by
cost me
50.
a toe.
Cost you what?
A toe. A
Um,
kidney. A
oh,
toe.
oh, oh, oh.
Oh,
I
Some
thought you
kind
were
of
saying
body part.
I,
a
I thought we
tote.
were getting ready to hear a story about some kind of trauma here, man.
I know instead of a vodka bottle, it was a jar of pickles that took off a toe.
He did say
Oh,
the ex-wife was something else.
here we go. Here we go. Sounds
uh,
interesting.
I can't pronounce that name.
Well, give
Kian
it a
Free?
try.
Kian
Yeah.
Free?
Yeah, you got me.
Kian Frey.
Some straight,
There you
maybe.
go. A little. What do you call it? A little French spin on it.
I I know that. By the way, bread
Sounds
and butter
good.
pickles have nothing to do with butter or bread.
No, they're just sweet pickles, right?
They're kind of a sweet pickle that has a very unique taste to them, and they're
It's
very
the one with
crisp.
the little round balls floating around in it.
Yeah,
Yellow round
yeah,
balls.
yeah, and they're really crisp.
Do you not know what bread and butter pickles are, Shadowhawk?
I've had them before, but I'm more of a dill pickle guy myself.
A dill pickle, right? Yeah, I've got both. Yeah, I don't
I'll
know
tell
what
you what,
that's
there's nothing
directed
like
at.
a good pickle.
Yeah.
Carol.
Well, it really depends on what you eat it with, right? I mean, uh, I don't know. I keep both on hand.
Yeah,
I try to.
cold chicken and pickles.
And gherkin pickles are good.
Yeah, mini
Uh,
gherkins.
Well, gherkins are still a dill, though, right? Dill pickle.
yeah, kind of.
They
Yeah,
have a little sweetness to them, though.
yeah, a little
Yeah, yeah,
sweetness. I
yeah.
mean, little baby. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and the
saw
little bitty
this.
guys.
I saw this on Twitter where the old woman is in the grocery store and the flashers like this with this, and she says, "Oh, thank you for
It
reminding me. I
reminded me.
needed to pick up baby carrots."
Yep, I
Yes,
saw that one.
some mini gherkins.
Oh,
There
Greg.
he is.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, you're talking about pickles. Yeah, and
We got to keep you interested somehow, Carol.
I don't know what other kind of pickles are out there. I mean, I definitely get some gherkins, get some bread and butter, get some
Yeah,
uh, deal.
my
Uh,
father-in-law pickles. He does a lot of it, and
I like
man, he
a
uh,
makes some good ones. I mean,
a
we
good
keep our
garlic one
fridge
too.
full. Yeah, garlic pickles, really good.
Yeah.
Stephen
Whoa.
with a B, as opposed to Stephen with a B
hmm hmm
or PH. Wait, what?
What?
I don't know.
So,
He has a pH balance maybe.
yeah, it's Stephen. So, I've
Not
got.
dildo, deal.
I mean, Jesus. The
Lorenzo.
chat is in a strange place today.
They are, aren't they? We start talking about
It's a
pickles,
Friday.
and yeah.
So I've got the
Now,
splash page done, Rex.
okay,
And
put that in context because nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm doing a story with Rex, 5 or 6 to 8 pages, maybe.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. And
That's old. That's older
We
than me
went
and
from
Doc. You both
pickle
have our
talk to
respect.
splash page. We got to get better at this.
say it again.
I said we went right from pickle talk to splash page.
I know I'm
I
trying to
mean,
segue us out of that. So it's not really a segue, it's an abrupt jump. Abrupt jump. So anyway, it's going to have to be where it starts on the right hand side. So, but I have a solution if it doesn't fall that way for what's on that left hand side. So just let me know. But anyway,
No. Yeah, I had to look. I don't
but
know.
anyway, the next 2 page, I'm going to show you all 3 of those in pencil, no inking yet,
Right.
and then we'll go from there because I think you're going to like what I did.
I think you should probably just pencil out the whole thing, and then you know us. I mean, you do it like you want, but I wouldn't lay down any inks unless you just feel mood like I'm in an inking mood.
Well, I mean, some effects I can only get by inking unless you want me to sketch, in which case I can do that too.
Oh,
But it's not a problem either
right.
way. However you want to roll.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I don't
working
know
for
how
you
you work, Doc. I don't
all
know
over
if
the
you
damn
lay
place.
out loosely layouts or if you do it that way. Or,
I'll typically draw
you
a
know
whole
what I
page.
work in.
Yeah,
Stick
I
figures.
typically draw a whole page, and then I noodle around with it, and it's very light. And then occasionally I'll nail one
Mhm.
so well that I'm like, I'm going to ink that right now, so I'm not tempted to fuck it up later.
See, I do that too, Doc. I will start the penciling and then I want certain line weights or quality, then I'll start inking it before I even have it all laid out.
Yep, like there'll be
Yeah.
one panel on a page completely finished while
It's
everything
really
else is
not the
rough.
best ways to work, but that's the way I find that I work.
Ah,
Exactly like that.
yep.
Because because when you lay it down in ink, it's not like you can erase it.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I do it is because if I'm erasing everything else, I don't want to knock out the really
Hey,
good
Greg.
one that I did.
hey,
Hey, Greg.
Greg.
What's up, bud?
How you doing, buddy?
So it's good to see everybody today.
Yeah.
There you.
Yeah. You ready for the weekend? It's Friday.
Yeah, I got to be on a few shows over the weekend, and I always forget what they are until people PM me and go, "Where the hell are you?"
Well, you know you're going to be on Pops' draw stream Sunday.
Yeah, I always do the draw stream.
Before we do the show offs. Now we're going to have a special fill in, and he wanted to do Art Adams. So this is all I've gathered up so far.
Don't show it now.
I don't care. I've already shown it on the show. A 1987 Art Adams X-Men shirt, unopened.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, bought that back in the day. And that's the only Art Adams thing I've gathered up. So
The guest on his show is my best friend, Charles Adams.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on,
Phil.
Phil? Glad you popped in. He's an
Drop
Uber
your link
collector.
for CG Vacation.
He's an Uber collector, Shadowhawk, who recently had to move, and so he rented by weight instead of by miles because it was local. His collection weighed 3 tons.
Wow, that's a lot of weight. That's a big
Yes.
collection.
lot of
Yes.
weight.
Yes.
So was it comics? I could see books are heavy.
He has mostly comics. He has almost the entire run, start to finish, of Playboy. Tons of collectibles, literally. Marvel, Trek, DC, Star Wars, figurines, ships. My dog is singing to me. What is your problem right now, young lady?
What kind of dog do you have, Doc?
Well, we have 2. My little editor-in-chief of my comic company is a Chihuahua, and she's in here. And then I have a gigantic puppy the size of a pony named Moxie, and she is half, and both parents were purebloods. We had a mistake happen. Pit bull and golden retriever. So she turned into the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but her instincts are at odds. As a retriever, she will fetch anything you throw and bring it to you. As a pit bull, she won't let go.
Trash as shit. Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah.
But she's sweet as she can be. She's incredibly smart. She loves to listen to Alexa respond. Like if we say, Alexa, what time is it? Or Alexa, weather, to get the temperature, she'll go and stare at the Alexa.
Her cut. Yeah, the box talks.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of like the TV. Does she ever watch TV?
She watches the shit out of TV. She'll sit behind me
Really?
just intensely watching. And I don't know why it is certain things catch her interest and other things don't.
Right. Yeah, that's the same way with my dog. But now when she was younger, she would react to other dogs or animals that were on the set. But now not so much. She knows
Sorry,
it's
Carol.
TV.
Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute. There,
Yeah.
I hope everybody's Alexa just went off.
Yeah, could be.
She was a puppy when we got her, and she was born without a tail. We didn't have her
Really?
bobbed. She was just born, just a little nub.
Uh-huh.
And now she's huge. And when she sits down, getting ready to go out the front back door in the mornings, I've got her cup of food. We're about to head out. She sits on the little doormat and she swishes that little tail so fast it sounds like a motor running.
It's a nub. It's a nub.
Yeah, that little nub, and it's literally sweeping my mat.
Have you ever caught hell over? Oh, did you bob that dog's tail?
What?
Did you ever catch hell over that? Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't bob a dog's
Oh
tail."
no. She was born that way, but and I make that clear to all my friends. She was born this way. We didn't bob her.
Mhm.
If we'd have done that, we'd have bobbed her ears too, but we didn't. She's got the cute little floppy ears, and we love that. I'll bring her on camera one day, but she's so hyper right now. Good God, if I brought her in my studio, she'd eat a canvas before I could even turn around and say no.
Really?
Oh yeah, hyper.
Yeah, my pup's
Be right
the
back.
same way. She's a little over a year old and still thinks she's, a baby.
Mhm. Yeah, this one's not even a year yet. She was
Yeah,
born.
that
in
was
October.
a little accidental outburst on Mike the other night when I yelled a little bit and not realized what was going on. My wife got dragged across the yard. There was a rabbit out in the yard.
Oh man!
I'm sitting out on the back porch streaming with Rex and didn't even pay attention. She walked out with the dog, and as soon as she hit the bottom of the stairs, the dog saw the rabbit, and apparently
Wow. It took
had
off. Yeah.
it my dog, according to my wife, as she was being pulled off of her feet and dragged across the yard, she said the dog had the rabbit in her mouth for a second,
Oh,
and the only thing that stopped her was probably my wife slowing her down.
Oh, I'm
what
sure.
kind of dog, Shadowhawk?
She's half lab and half we're not sure, but man, she's about 80 pounds of just pure power.
Yeah. And see, this one's not even grown yet. She's at that lanky, goofy stage. And
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife will say, look what she did. She's got scars all over and bruises because
Oh
she
my god.
she knows what she's doing. She doesn't know it hurts because she loves to poke with her paws. And
Yeah.
they're like little sharp Wolverine puppy claws.
Oh yeah. Balance.
Yeah.
Your wife's okay, isn't she, Shadowhawk?
Oh yeah, she's fine. It scared me because I looked up and I just saw her. She's on her back
Oh yeah.
and she's getting dragged through the grass. My grill got knocked over. I'm like, oh my god.
My friend got bummed up pretty good. He was going downhill and his big boxer took off and yanked him and he started rolling and he really got bummed up that day.
They'll do it. Look, I'm a big
man.
guy. That damn dog can knock me off my feet. You know.
Yeah,
Have you guys ever seen a
strong and
dog?
She don't realize, Oh, sorry.
You guys
Dick.
ever seen a dog with worms, like scooting around on their ass, trying to? That's one of the
Yeah.
funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life. And I actually saw one dog go uphill one time. It was doing circles, and some of that was uphill. Just like,
I mean,
wow,
don't you remember when you were a kid and you get a grass burn? You got to wonder, right
Yeah.
on your ass if you do that too
Oh,
much.
man,
Is it
yeah.
gonna hurt, baby? You don't really want.
What my friend told me was they had these glands there, and they have to. I mean, fortunately, my dog's big enough, but with smaller dogs,
Yes, you have to express the anal glands at grooming.
Yes,
That's
the dog.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either that or take them to the vet.
Well,
Yeah.
how,
Like
when
popping
did
a
this ever
pimple.
happen in nature? How did?
How did the conversation go to this? From pickles
I
to
don't-
ass? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure how we got to
Dog ass.
expressing anal glands for pickles, but hey, I need more coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's a song by Mr. Bungle. It's called Stub a Dub. And if you ever heard Mr. Bungle, if you haven't heard Mr. Bungle, they're really different. Their lyrics are just crazy. They try to make fun of anything and make it offensive. And there's this part in the song where it goes, "It's time to wipe your butt sliding down butt hill."
Man, sorry to hear that, Carol. You broke
Fucking
your ankle.
hilarious.
Holy crap, Carol!
Dislocated and broke your ankle. Yeah.
Oh,
In a
Ooh.
pothole.
dang.
Yeah. That's not fun at all.
No, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Breaking bones never is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, just the other day, I told Shadowhawk this. I was going to go to work, and it was first day at work. Well, hell, I was like an hour and a half late because as soon as I got to the truck, my dog took off after the cat, broke the leash. I didn't know where she was. I was calling after her. Must have flustered me. I got her in the truck and locked the keys running in the car because it was hot, and I turned the air on and locked her in there. Still haven't found my spare set of keys. Had to pay $50 to have somebody come and unlock the car so I could go to work. Hey, Gap, good to see you. What did I walk in on? My God, Carol, and what you were talking about expressing Rex and Glam.
Hell, yeah.
No doubt. What did you walk into? Yeah, my chute didn't open when I fell in. I bet. Yep. It's good to see you. Cap's over in the UK. It's good to see our UK brother and sister, and anytime they come in. I want to show a few books while Greg coughs his left lung up. Spider-Man and X-Men #3. I do like that because it's like a multiple panel, but I would like it a lot more if it wasn't so darkly colored.
What year was that?
Oh, good question.
It looks new. Looks like newer stuff.
Yeah, it's fairly new because it was.
Looks like they're trying to go manga. You look at the art style, like the people's faces.
Yeah.
I don't recognize any of the X-Men. Are they? Who the hell are they?
I hate that art style.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah, and I don't like the
looks
coloring.
Looks like the average 12-year-old drew it.
Well, now that's to slide all the
12-year-old artist.
Yeah, don't slight 12 years old like that. That's uncalled for.
But I
They
only
deserve
gave
it.
30
They watch
cents.
anime.
Only gave 30 cents for it. Here's a little bit better cover. I do like that. Got some dino action and looks like
Some
a
nice
shark.
detail there a little bit. I don't like the coloring though. What are they doing with colors now at Marvel?
I don't like the coloring.
Yeah.
I mean,
That Spidey's not rendered very well. That anatomy's all wrong.
yeah,
But you can see they're specifically going for that look though, because that's the second book that's got that look. Unless it just happens to have the same colorist or something. I don't know. Who are the
Is
colorists?
it just the cover artist doing that?
Oh
is
no,
it-
I think they're
Another good
specifically trying to steer towards manga a little
I
bit.
mean, is this the Addams
Yeah.
family?
Yeah.
What?
Do-do-do-do.
Well, I mean, the coloring's even bad for a manga cover.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, even mangas pop more than this, don't they? And I only wanted
Sometimes.
$4.99 for this book.
See, that's another
Yeah.
reason I quit collecting was, when it started getting that expensive. When you got to remember, when I started collecting comic
I
books,
gave
it
40 cents.
was 10 cents a comic, 12 cents a comic. Then it went up to 15 and then finally a quarter. And it stayed a quarter forever. That's
Now
pretty
that's
good.
not too bad.
That's pretty
It's
good.
good. Like the art is good, but for a cover, it's not exciting.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
like Pitt got away with that for Pitt issue 1. Still one of my favorite comic
Mhm.
covers of all time because Pitt has such an interesting looking face.
Venom, Space Knight.
Electro
What-
doesn't really.
What can we do?
Well, I
with
mean,
Venom
Electro's
that
he's got a very interesting design to him with that 5-pointed star.
Who,
It's
Venom?
all right.
Electro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Electro.
I never liked it. I never liked it.
Same.
Yeah, I didn't say it
Yeah,
was good.
look,
I said
By
interesting.
today's standards, it looks kind of
Interesting, yeah.
lame. Now, see,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
lame.
so dark.
That's
Yeah.
lame.
Too. You
This-
can't even
this-
pick them out from the background.
This
No,
could be
it's-
great, if it's at sunset, if it was colored like Kyle Ritter or something, but
Yeah.
like this.
And that
This looks-
composition's lame too. I mean,
This
those
is
figures don't
lazy.
dominate that cover.
This is
Look at the
lazy.
body. Look at the poses. That's pathetic.
The best thing about it
Is that
is
a
is
spider
the
woman
logo.
underneath?
Yeah, the
them?
logo.
Yeah,
Once again, it looks very adolescent in development. Looks like
Yeah.
adolescent level.
yeah.
Oh, that's a classic rip.
That's old school there.
Yeah.
That's what early
Yeah,
mid
this-
90s, maybe
And-
late 80s.
You know, something I noticed is that when Eric Larson, or Mark Bagley the other day, when he draws Spidey's eyes, he makes them larger and off to the
Mhm.
sides,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
that
this
goes-
is.
Yeah, that goes back to how McFarlane was drawing him. He increased the
Yeah.
eye size, and
Yeah.
He
It
would
did.
also change the shape to show
Mhm.
different emotion.
yeah,
But you know, I'm just not impressed by a lot of this newer stuff.
Romita
That's-
would do that too. He would shrink
that's
them, but he
that
never made
spider
them bigger.
hand.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
either.
Well,
It's,
yeah,
Yeah, he would give him the suspicious look. You know,
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
the squinty eye. Yeah.
that
Mhm.
cover's better than the other ones you showed that are recent, but it's still not that good.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Well, look at this mess.
Yeah,
That's just a mess.
Yeah. What is
That's
that?
a plate
A
of
piece out of
sushi.
somebody's sketch pad? What is that?
That's a
It's a
plate of
mess.
sushi. That's terrible.
Web Warriors. So we got to have fucking 50 million Spider-Men now.
and put the logo
Okay.
right in the middle.
So
Well,
gay.
What are the top 10 books right now at DC? They're all Batman, right? Like
Batman,
anything
right?
related to Batman. So, you know,
Even when they go
This is
two
where we are
color
in-
like
in
this,
mainstream.
That's terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
geez.
Nah.
Maybe that looked good in black and white, but the coloring sucks on that.
Well,
And
that's
what-
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They're
you
killing the
say-
black and white art with these colors. Now I do like this
$5 a piece
retro,
for these?
but this almost looks underground
What the
with the
fuck?
lettering and
This
stuff.
looks like 1950s.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this
I
is
like that better
2022.
than
I
the
could
last
put up
couple.
with this better than those others
Yeah.
because it looks unprofessional. It looks undergroundish to me, and Marvel doesn't do that very often.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't mind the retro look. I mean, my studios are throwback studios, throwback to a time when it was just good storytelling, not
Mhm.
politics, not agenda driven.
That reminds me of like old school goodness, you know. So,
Yeah.
but that other stuff
Well,
is
to me, like this is
Yeah,
just a
this-
mess.
it
This
is.
is a
That was
mashup.
good.
Yeah, that is the best one so far out of these new covers you're showing. There's some detail there, some form,
Yeah.
and some interesting shading.
But
But,
the
once again,
colors
the
don't make
colors,
it-
the
There's not
Color
enough
ruined it.
contrast.
colors
Yeah.
ruined it. Yep.
Yeah.
There's not. The colors are ruining it.
Yeah, it just blends too
But
much together.
since I've
You
been
get-
showing my collection, that goes back to the early '90s. You know, the
Yes,
colors ruined
yes.
many a cover.
Yes.
And if anything sells a comic, it's the cover.
Back then, we used to talk about, it wasn't called the Bronze Age yet. It was there was Silver Age, Golden Age, and we literally called that age amongst ourselves the Dark Age of comics because everything was Captain Bloody Deathman, and it was the art was like a pizza with everything on it. You know, if a
Well-
guy was shooting a gun, there had to be 5,000 shell casings flying
Since you
through the air.
mentioned pizza, there you go. Legends of the Log from Pizza
Pizza
Samedi
Mary.
will be here on the 16th.
Hey,
Wonderful.
what's Lorenzo
But look
talking
at that.
about?
You can
What's-
tell what it is.
What's
It's
Lorenzo
good
talking?
contrast.
Hey, what's
Oh,
Lorenzo talking about?
He
The,
says,
the latest conspiracy theory on
did
EVS.
you all hear about EVS editing out the ending of Wreck Planet to sell on a future crowdfunding? No, I did not hear that.
Nope, I hadn't heard it.
No. What's that
I mean,
mean exactly? I don't
I saw,
really get.
I saw his final draw stream. He didn't say
Yeah, I
that.
don't know that either.
Ah,
I don't have enough context. That's why I'm asking.
yeah,
What's
I
wrong?
I don't know
I've
either.
heard
I don't know.
I heard a little bit about it. It was like, I guess, 10 or 14 pages of story that he was thinking about possibly adding, but everybody's been bitching
Oh,
so
that's an
much.
epilogue he was talking about.
Yeah,
It's
So
not the
instead
end of
of-
the book.
instead of extending the time period that it's going to take
Yeah,
to
that works, Rex.
fulfill
Hold
Rex
that back up.
Planet, he's just going to put it
yeah,
out.
you know what?
That
It
works
reminds,
as a cover. That
it
works.
reminds
as a cover.
me of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not controversial or anything. That just happens when you're making books. You just change things, change the
Oh,
story.
yeah.
add
Oh,
some
Yeah,
If you
but
want
you
to
know,
add an epilogue, add an
anytime
epilogue.
Ethan does
now I'm not
something,
excited
somebody's
about
gonna
this
be
cover,
mad.
but it has
No,
contrast. It does have
that's
contrast.
not Spider Woman.
No, it's really not.
The
I
hell is
Oh
mean,
no.
that?
Spider Woman has the most perfect costume. I love it. The
The red and
original,
yellow Spider Woman.
yes, and black.
Yes, my God,
This chick
sexy
Yeah,
looks
as
like a
hell.
librarian.
yeah,
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 really. On an
exactly.
Some
old,
weirdo
Jessica Drew, right?
SJW.
She's the
Looks like
barista
some.
at your local coffee shop.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That's what I was
30
trying to think.
cents.
Yeah,
One of those
right on,
douchey
Greg.
chicks.
Right
At,
on.
at 30 cents, I'll buy a copy, you know. But yeah, how about this? Demi Moore
Oh
take
shit!
over.
Oh
Fuck.
man,
Huh?
what
What the
the?
f is that?
The fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
And tell
I
me
don't
they're
even want
not
to. I don't even want to
purposely
see these
trying to
books.
paint their own books,
And
man. What is it?
these were released several years ago. I mean, you know,
Carol even
so
says, "What the fuck is that?"
Why
Yeah,
would you even buy that trash,
yeah. That's when
collector
you
or not?
hate
Why?
the property.
30
I,
cents.
I don't know why you'd
I hope
ever.
you got that
It's
like
not
in a
worth 30
big lot.
cents.
Well, I might be able to sell it for more than 30 cents.
Well, yeah. You remember yesterday we were talking about
Maybe.
shitting on a canvas. You can shit
Doubt
on that
it.
and sell it for more money.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Yeah, that's crap too.
Who the fuck is Spider Girl?
Spider Girl is like the future
Never heard of her.
daughter of Spider Man, of Peter Parker.
Hmm.
And she had a long run herself. Now, this I think might be an Alex Ross cover, but maybe not. It might be, shoot,
I like EVS Lorenzo.
Del Otto.
It doesn't bother me if you don't like him.
But see, even that is, I mean, it could be in shadow, okay.
If that was
but
colored better, it would
it's
be
too
great.
dark.
Use contrast. But listen, it's color,
Use
composition, and contrast.
Right.
Contrast is king in any art.
I don't know why, but they've been doing this
It's
since
how
the
we
early
see.
90s.
We're human beings. We see things by contrast.
Yeah.
Come on.
You put that back there and you can't tell what it is. This you might because the lettering's so
That one's okay.
vibrant.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's this circus crime? So
Circus of
Circus of
Crime
Crime.
goes back to the early Spider-Man Ditko days.
that's I don't know. I don't like him standing up on a on top of the actual logo. It's that's I don't
On a
know. It's
logo.
really weird.
Yeah.
That's an old trope from way
No, I
back.
have that one. I love that cover. That's one I've
Now,
got the
isn't this a
McFarlane run.
McFarlane?
Yeah,
That's
With
That's
the
the
black
Morbius.
costume? Number
that's the
14.
Morbius a couple issues where he brings back the black costume. I love those.
Mhm.
I don't care about
Lorenzo,
Morbius.
is-
It's just the black. It was all about the black costume for me. That's that.
Hey
I
Lorenzo,
have
is it a case of amphibian envy?
What do you think about that one, Doc?
What is that pose?
The split.
Is it ballet?
Yeah. And then all this is uninteresting behind it.
There's nothing there that would make me want to buy that.
It's
No.
Baryshnikov.
Yeah. The
Spider-Man.
best part of
It's
it
weird.
really
Just-
is the face.
Mhm.
You know, that's
There's
really
yeah, but look where it's placed on the cover when you're
Right,
holding it
looking-
upright. That
Yeah.
looks like shit. That's a bunch of. It's
Yeah.
just a mess of stuff.
yeah, it is. It's a mess.
They're attempting to do a movie poster, but they're failing horribly.
Yes, ugh.
What is this? What the fuck? That's
Got the
what is
pink in there, and
what is
that's an
that
Adam.
supposed to be?
Who
This
is it?
this is an Adam Kubert cover.
Well, I mean, there's
What
nothing
is-
wrong with the drawing. It's the subject
Right.
matter that
But
sucks.
What
who's-
is this?
who's
What
the
is this
character?
character? This is awful.
Yeah.
It really is.
He's,
Yeah.
Is that
terrible.
like Squirrel Girl's daughter or some shit?
You got that eagle and like boomerang or what? I mean,
No, wait a minute. It's 2022. That's Squirrel Girl's child gay lover. That's who that is now.
Oh,
Exactly.
It-
Could be.
It's
Shadowhawk doesn't know what to say. The vulture.
that's good. That's good work.
Yeah, but for a cover, I agree with Greg. It's just not really that exciting.
No, I like it. It works. it works.
The
Yeah.
technique is good, but it's not a cool cover. It's not.
But
I
again,
might,
I
I
think
might have
the-
moved the face down lower under
Again,
the
I think.
masthead.
Oh yeah, I mean it's way up here.
I don't
and then
know,
you
man.
have all this.
I kind of like it.
I like it.
Well,
I
you
like
have to.
As a character study
I
of a
wish it was
bad guy.
colored a little bit better.
I
Now
dig
the
it.
face is okay, but
The
the
coloring is
green-
good on this. I
This
like
looks.
it.
This looks real feathery, blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what feathers would look like under an intense light.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that's good
I like
in the
that one.
sense that you don't often get a good look at how heroes and villains' faces actually look because they're so generic. Now that does not work.
No.
That's
But-
Mysterio in purple.
Oh,
Mysterio.
okay. I get it now.
Dome
Yeah.
head.
I don't know what to think about it. It doesn't really.
And put the barcode
Grab me.
right here in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and look at the eyes on his costume there.
Rated A. What does that even mean?
Oh,
The heck is
right
that?
today? Oh well, you know.
Are we back to the comics code now?
I hate this era. I fucking hate it. All the entertainment's ass except for like underground shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's so pastel-y. It's just blended.
I don't even know what's going on there.
No, I don't either. It looks
What
like
Turn it
is
upside down.
Are they tied?
Turn it upside down.
Hanging? I don't know. What is this?
you have Silk and then Spider Woman, I guess, and then Spider Gwen and
Yeah.
Spider Women.
Spider Gwen. Spider Gwen is
Women.
one of the most retarded characters ever.
Spider Women.
Like
Listen.
they're so lazy when they made up Spider Gwen. Like,
15
Yeah,
cents.
God.
If
I
you-
know.
if-
I know. Originally, it was from a What If, and then people liked it for some god awful reason, and
Yeah.
they ended up bringing it back. But
Oh, here's
Jesus.
another terrible cover.
Yep.
And it
The Green
probably
Goblin's good. The
connects,
rest of it
too.
sucks.
It probably connects here. You know,
Oh.
the octopus
Yeah.
looks stupid.
linking
Look at
cover.
him.
Yeah.
He looks like what's his name? The Star Wars kid, like falling off of something. Is what he looks
Yeah,
Wars
he,
kid.
he doesn't look like
Yeah.
he's attacking. He looks like he's falling off.
like. They don't look like.
Yes.
He doesn't look like a scary villain at all. Neither of them
No.
do.
Why you got Doc Ock on there twice?
Exactly.
Yeah. What do we got?
Why?
A good one and a bad one? Ah,
That shit that does not work for me.
No.
see, these are the
Listen,
depths. that
I'm
the
going to
mainstream
go
is
and I'm going to
falling to.
apply for the position of editor in chief at Marvel. I'm going to walk in the door with a stack of pink slips, and then I'm hiring everybody from CG that I know that's good.
Dude, right now the editor in chief is like a stale cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm going in there.
Like sitting in a
Spider-Man
desk.
and Fantastic Four. What's going
Tell 'em,
on? You
look.
can't tell.
We're going to pretend the last 20 years didn't exist. We're going back to doing good comics, good stories, good art. If you got a problem with that, get the fuck out.
Now I kind of like this one. This might
Damn,
be.
all right, you're hired.
But again, it is rarely
What's going on
dark.
there?
Yeah,
What's
it's
going
hard
on?
to
I don't know
read
what-
though.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I think
It's a
it's
good
somebody's
composition,
hand like
but it's
this,
ruined
right?
by the coloring.
The only
Yeah,
thing
the
I like
color.
about it is the painterly texture is all I like about it.
Yeah, that's what
Almost
I like.
looks airbrushed.
That, and I
Yeah.
like the design of his costume.
Yes, Carol, you're right.
I can't see enough of his costume to make it out really on that
Yeah.
cover.
It is dark.
Yeah,
It just doesn't.
Golly.
yeah.
It
just
kind of
doesn't
looks
look
like
work.
Punisher and Spider-Man put together.
It does
Yeah.
not work as a
That's
cover.
or is that like
No.
a clown face on his chest?
that's what I'm trying to
It
figure
looks
out.
like a
I'll
clown
be-
face.
I'll be real. It doesn't even work as a splash page. Like I
No.
wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it in a book. It would be like
No,
it would be a piece of art that was done for developmental purposes.
there you go.
know?
Sal Buscema.
It could be a panel in the
There
book.
you go.
Recolor it.
Now see, there's a
That
bunch
one's
of groups.
good. That's great.
That's Sal Buscema.
Look at how that pops, man.
It pops.
I mean,
If
Hey, good
nothing
stuff.
else.
Well, see, if you look, there's shit going on here. Like, what's this big ass robot about to grab Spidey? It looks like, did Spidey fuck
Yeah.
up all those guys, or did I have questions. That's what a cover's supposed to do. Make you
hell
go,
yeah, he's
whoa, what's
standing on
happening here?
Rhino's back.
I gotta
mean,
open
Tells-
the book.
A piece
find
of
out
the
what's
story.
happening.
Yes.
Or you can get this.
No.
What
I
the
don't know what the fuck what is that?
Hard
Is that-
pass.
Is that a chick
Oh,
like swinging?
God. Yeah, in the rain.
How many fucking
Swinging
spider
in the
people
rain.
are there now? Why spider people are now What, spider people now an ethnicity or some shit at Marvel? What the fuck is wrong with these
Apparently
idiots?
so. Apparently so.
There,
Well,
It's
there's
not
been
enough that you have
Spider-Man
a
for
unique
every
character
occasion and
called
every race.
Spider-Man. Okay, you did Spider-Woman. Okay, cool. Because she's not a rip on Spider-Man. She's completely different. But then when you do this, it's too much.
Carol's
Well,
still saying what?
I
the
don't know
fuck?
if Lorenzo. I don't know if I like EVS. I've never met him, and I don't trust people I don't know. I like sometimes I really like his sense of humor. It's very close to mine. So I watch him rack on people sometimes. I don't watch him when he's political because he's very sheepy. You know, he's totally bought into right wing shit. So I don't.
I'll tell you what I like.
But you know, we're all people, Lorenzo. We all don't have to like the same people or dislike the same people. Or
I enjoy
whatever.
his drawing streams more than anything.
Me
That's
too.
when he's really himself. He's not
Yes.
being this character he's created. You know, he's
Yeah,
not
the
being.
character's fun too, you know. But
Yeah,
it's,
but I much prefer just the real guy doing his art.
well,
I
the
love
reason I like
Cybertron and
his
Salamandroid, and I always have. And
Mhm.
the reason I like his draw
EVS
streams
comes a
better
long
is
way.
I don't like
So,
a lot of the people he has on his show. They're not entertaining to watch, most of them, and I just go to his channel to watch him. You know, he alone is what drew me to his channel initially, and not all these other people, and a lot of them are cringy to me, quite honestly. So it's like, you know, I'll watch him for a bit, and then I'll go watch one of the smaller channels and interact on those. You know, it's basically what I do.
well,
But you can dislike
put-
him. That's up to you, man. You know, I don't see.
I put it this way: everybody that I've backed in CG since 2019, EVS is responsible for that because
Mhm.
he brought me back comic books after 18 years of not
Yeah.
collecting at all.
Same.
So,
I'm building my company
so
because
I
he
mean,
inspired me. So
you
yeah.
can say whatever you want to about EVS, but without him, you know, CG probably wouldn't
Without
be.
him,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. Probably.
Yeah, love him or hate him,
Think,
the guy is an over the top, bombastic spokesman who's done a good job for indie comics.
He's our Stan Lee, man. I mean, you know,
I guess I got to agree with that.
Not really, because he's not an editor or anything like that. But he's
N-
definitely an
well,
awesome promoter.
n-
He's I don't know
not
what
yet.
he is. He's our Ethan, is what he is. Like nobody's done anything like what he's doing. You know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you can't really compare him to any of these guys. And he's definitely not doing what Stan did.
No,
You
he's
know,
definitely got
so
his own style and personality. I mean, I don't know
so
what else to compare
model.
him to, really.
He's got his own business model. You know, it's and he's adapted to this era and basically done what you know, he's just done it successfully. You know, what a lot of people tried to do, but he's, you know.
Well, I think some people pissed him off, and he had something to prove, and you know, he came up with a way to do it.
All these covers are awful, dude. I feel for you that you spent like pennies on these things.
25 cents for this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, filthy. Yeah, too much.
Yeah,
Too much?
Sorry, Greg.
yeah, because
well,
it takes
I
up
was
it takes
gonna
up
say, when
space.
you buy this,
Yeah, dude.
Shadowhawk
And then,
earlier.
I mean, think about your back, Greg. You got to carry these things around.
The hell.
They collect dust. They get in the way. They take up
Yeah.
space.
That's why you have a lid.
They're flammable.
Yeah,
They are
exactly. Fire
flammable.
hazard.
Now I like Scarlet Spider, but
I know.
Yeah, but again, you can't read that cover very well.
no.
The just like Spider Gwen, the name of the character is stupid. It's lazy development, and it's just.
I mean, what's going on?
I have no idea. What is a
Really?
pile of body parts or something? I have
Yeah,
no idea
it's-
what's going on there.
They're all
Well, you can
clustered
combine
together.
any word with spider, and then you're good to go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no doubt.
Fucking lame. I don't even know what that is. Is that a hand? It's a
Stinky
face up
spider.
and a hand and blue
Spiders.
insects or something crawling on him. What is that? I
Oh,
have
come
no
on,
idea.
Greg. You
Wow.
know what it is.
No, I don't. What is it?
Just what you said.
You talking about the radio? Is it showing the radioactive spider bite?
Well, look at that. There's
Well,
no
it was supposed to
contrast.
be. It was supposed to be one spider, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
well,
why. That's
maybe
why I didn't.
And-
That's why I had no idea what I was seeing there. I'm like, is that
Maybe
some
some
new spider attack weapon
arachnophobia.
that they gave him? Because you know they have Spider-Man doing a bunch of random shit now, like channeling different elements and all this stupid
It
shit,
looks like
invisibility. So I guess
He's an
Spider-Man, like Miles Morales, is like a wizard or something. I guess he's got like invisibility and fireballs. It's like they're amateurs, man. They have no idea what they're doing. They're like at their child level of mental development and creativity over there. At Marvel.
Lightning bolt.
Sin Eater strikes.
And that's not a very good cover, but it still kicks the shit out of all those new ones that
Yeah,
you've been
I
showing
agree.
us.
I'm
'Cause
not
it actually has
particularly
it has story
fond of
going on.
the butt forward pose there, but
Yeah,
there you go.
Spidey
That's
cut
better.
that's
loose.
not very good either.
But what's he
I
cutting
mean,
loose on?
Better than that other crap.
That one right there, I would say, is on par with that other crap. Because look at the pose. The pose isn't even
Yeah,
good.
John Byrne, though.
Now that
Yeah.
looks cool.
That
But
works.
Okay. Yeah, look at that perspective.
It's
on
tricky. What he's doing is tricky.
Mhm.
He's actually, he's actually doing what we were complaining about all those other covers doing, but he knows how to do it. So it actually makes it look cool.
That.
There's
Yeah,
that's like in film. You once you know the 180 rule, then you experiment, and then you learn when you can break it. And so you can
One
break
of the
it.
lamest characters for Spidey, the Spot.
Yep, but what a damn good cover that
What a
is.
great cover, yeah.
This is
I
Al
don't know,
Milgrom,
it's weird.
I think.
I just
Al
the
Milgrom.
rendering on that, the character, the coloring, I like it.
Well, now,
Me too,
I like,
Lorenzo.
I like
Me
it
too.
when they go old school and put the webbing under his arms.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that
There
too.
you go.
Yeah. But I mean, this is even lazy for Al Milgrom, really.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like
it's-
that either. See, what I
No.
dislike
That-
about
that
this
Spidey
is the
looks
same
really-
thing I disliked about that circus cover earlier. Okay, we want to see objects in action, not words that are huge taking up the whole fucking cover. You know what I mean? That's dumb.
That one works.
That's
Mm.
it's
Al
not
Milgrom.
great,
Better.
but it works.
Yeah.
Now, Al Milgrom can do some good covers, but now this was kind of,
Yeah,
and I
sometimes his
bought them.
characters get a little funky though, dude.
Oh, that's good too.
That's not bad at all. I
That's
can
really
deal
good.
with that.
It's showing a significant point in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love Adam Hughes as a
it's
cover
something
artist.
to get your attention.
Bisley's my favorite. Well, he's my favorite artist, so
Yeah, he's good.
Punisher there.
That's okay. There's a deadline coming. Get this thing out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got a problem with that
Yeah.
hip placement and leg.
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
going on.
it looks wonky, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks,
But
yeah,
then Spidey does look wonky in a lot of stuff. Let's
Well, it was Bagley
yeah,
that
but
said
some
to make
guys make
Spider-Man
him look
believable, you have to
wonky
break his
cool.
bones.
Now it was Frank Miller that got me to liking the Gladiator when he was on his Daredevil run.
That's damned effective cover.
I like the overall cover design.
Flashing the logo up. and
Hey,
everything.
Apex.
I mean, look
The
here.
blues
They
blend
even got
together
it
a little bit.
crooked
but-
here.
Well, yeah,
Hail
in the
Apex.
corner.
Nice to see you,
that's
sir.
absolutely fine.
That's Al Milgrom. But
Yeah.
it's pretty basic, just two figures fighting, no background.
Yeah, but you're playing along with the logo, the banner,
Yeah.
the masthead.
Yeah, and it shows the hero in distress, and that's good.
Yeah. I
You
like
get a
that.
nice sense of motion.
It's kind of.
out
It
of it.
reminds you of the one that Jim O'Reilly just redid of the Hulk holding up his own logo.
Can you tell me who this artist is?
That's Buscema.
Is that Buscema?
It's either Buscema or Romita Senior.
It's John Byrne.
It's John Byrne. Of course,
No.
it's John Byrne. Damn it!
Yeah,
That's
of
what I
course it
said.
is.
I don't know
Yeah.
why you argue with me about
You
these
said
things.
Buscema.
I distinctly said John Byrne, didn't I?
I heard it.
Yeah, see.
Who did what?
Oh, I lost your arm. There he is.
Oh, right.
Rex.
Can't lie. Now this is
Wow,
lame.
man.
Lame. Oh.
See, good stuff said it too.
Oh,
Yeah, that is lame. That's like a
What
manga
is
cover.
And
that?
they're dead.
that's
Okay.
What the hell are we
terrible.
even looking at?
What
Stop
the?
in
Is
the name of Sig Heil.
What's the
hilarious.
negative number of copies that they sold, other than the one that
it's
you got?
even bad English. It says the or actually never mind.
Oh, Jesus!
I know
Stop!
what you were going
Oh,
to say.
Oh, Jesus God.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
stop!
Fuck. What is
God's
FF?
invoking the Almighty over that one.
What is
Oh my God!
FF? Who are they?
See how dark that is?
Is that Fantastic Four?
Well,
I
it's
guess
the
it's
FF.
supposed to be.
Is this what they're doing with them now? The fuck
No,
is
this.
this?
Well, this was from a few years ago where they had like an Ant-Man and a She-Hulk and Medusa and this chick that wore a suit with magenta hair, like the Thing. I don't know what was going on.
Oh
Good
my!
Lord.
Medusa is
have
so
mercy.
lame, by the way, as a character. I never did like her at all.
No, never liked her.
The Medusa
There-
versus the Scissors.
Yeah,
Now,
there's
Black
never
Bolt.
there's never going to be a time when Medusa was going to be an A-list character. But if you want a corny,
Right.
if you want a corny
Oh.
B stringer, sure, okay.
About
Right.
the only one that really breaks out for me is Black Bolt.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would
you go,
love to
hello,
see a good
and
Black Bolt
crack the
series.
earth.
Yeah.
I liked Crystal pretty good, especially the Avengers run.
Yeah.
See,
Ugh.
the idea of
What
Black
is
Bolt
this?
is
It's
The
like
idea
pop
of
art
Black-
with the dots and
the idea of Black Bolt is cool, right? And he
Yeah,
looks
that's cool.
cool. But
Yeah.
if you've ever read any of the Inhumans, Black Bolt's lame. Like they're all lame.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
He-
pretty
he-
much.
It's a bad
I mean,
comic.
yeah, he
If
needs
you
to
look
have
at-
a good writer, like do
Yeah.
just a solo series of him.
Okay,
Even
that's
the
kinda
premise, even the
That's
premise
kinda
is
cool.
lame.
Yeah,
but
kind
the
of.
coloring again, it's too hard to discern. And
It is, but that's a good composition. Probably a great pencil work under all that.
yeah, but they're
oh, shit,
destroying
what was
the
I gonna
pencil
say?
work.
Yeah, I know. If you look at, by the way, Steve Epting's run on the Avengers from the early 90s, his rendition of Crystal made her just beautiful as hell. A great character,
Did you read a lot of Fantastic Four, Doc?
only in the 70s.
Now that works.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
works.
That works, although the proportions on that dude on the left are
By the
kinda-
way, I just thought about something.
Yeah, if he wasn't in a dress.
I'm many years behind in story and all that, which because I obviously skip all the stories. But did they ever make Jubilee powerful, or did she always remain like really weak? Is she still
Well,
weak?
she got Carol Danvers' powers, right?
What?
What?
Yeah, from the very beginning. That's why she can fly
Jubilee?
and stuff.
Jubilee.
No. That's Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue. That's who
I'm
I'm
talking about
No,
talking
Jubilee.
Jubilee is the
Jubilee.
little firework
Oh, I
girl.
don't know.
Basically, Logan's kind of adopted sister, little sister.
Yeah, little sidekick for a while.
I was the Silvestri run of Wolverine is still to this day one of my favorite comic book series ever. And
Yeah.
I Jubilee grew on me, and I always thought maybe one day something was going to happen, and then her powers something would click or something, or be triggered somehow, and she would become like a really, really powerful mutant. Because she was always really weak. All she could do is like distract, like throw these little distracting lights and stuff. you know?
Bubbles.
Right?
all I
shit
can
like that.
all I can tell you, Greg, is it hadn't happened by 2000. So
So they still haven't had a real writer there, because eventually
I mean-
somebody would a real writer would have eventually made her like
it
into something.
may
you know what I
it may
mean?
have happened since then, but I stopped
Hey.
in 2000. So
Fucking
Fucking
nerds.
Nerd.
Nerds.
Welcome all the nerds.
You know, Ogre is a great part of those nerd
What are you
movies.
gonna do?
Oh yeah.
Nerds. What the fuck?
Oh God.
It's kind of cool. It's like it's a better attempt. Like there's something. I don't know what's going on there, but it looks like magic. It looks like I have no idea. This is
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It almost reminds me of a Hellraiser cover. Did you guys? I'm a big Clive Barker fan, but like some of those Hellraiser covers had kind of a weird composition.
There's
like
you
that.
some Squirrel Girl.
If I'd have known where this
God.
box was going.
Now, yeah, Steve Ditko designed him. I designed her. Came up with Squirrel Girl. I don't
Yeah,
know
she
why.
was supposed to be a joke. That's all. It
This
was
thing
one.
on here is
It was a one-time.
Taskmaster.
She was meant to be a one-time joke, and the SJW idiots decided they were going to, like, oh, she's like, there's a female character, we'll make her badass, and they picked it back up. She wasn't meant to be a real character, and unfortunately,
I think this is a Cassidy cover.
I
Now,
don't
now
know.
that's the way
There
Nick
is some
Fury
skill
used
there.
to look in the Howling Commandos before he lost his eye.
There's some skill there, but I don't care for like the composition,
Mhm.
like the way they're positioning, their body poses. I don't really care for any of that.
I don't know what they're going on with some of this stuff. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the weird.
This is not too bad. This is Moon Knight cover.
It's not a good cover. This just looks like some kind of teenage pregnancy help hotline
Knight is-
advertisement in a magazine or something like that. Like, are you pregnant at 16? Call us.
And that
it's-
Moon
it's
Knight
about-
is terrible. Looks like
Comics
it's-
was trash before Cyclops was gay. And yes, Apex is coming out. He says, I am a nerd.
I'm a fucking nerd, baby. I'm a fucking nerd. I'm proud.
The
Wow.
Defenders. Remember how great the Defenders used to be?
We're here.
Yeah.
We're nerds. Get used to.
You don't?
I never liked the Defenders.
You never
really, any
did.
of them.
Well,
I did. I like the original Defenders.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
had-
the original
I had some Luke Cage books, and they were boring. Like, his design is boring to me. It's just a guy with like some metal arms.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know.
not into Luke Cage. Now this is gaming.
Well,
type
he was
thing,
the best character in the Defenders.
where they
No, the Defenders had Doctor
Daredevil's good.
Strange.
remember
I
the
never,
had
I never
the
liked
Hulk.
Doctor Strange in the comics.
It had the Hulk,
Nighthawk.
Valkyrie, Nighthawk. That was the original.
Never liked Valkyrie
Defenders.
either.
they
Hell,
They don't know.
Nighthawk.
no
Define
they
girl.
are in
Yeah, Define girl.
I mean,
That's a
teenage
good point,
pregnancy
Dave.
needs help. Did you ever play any of the games where it said fight?
Street Fighter. Yep.
Yeah,
that's
Street
what
Mortal
that
Fighter.
was.
Kombat.
Yep.
Round 1, fight.
Well, Greg, how's your game coming
Nice.
that you're
It's moving
developing?
Both of them are coming along beautifully. I think I've got.
Oh, you're working on two? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've got enough map and monsters and all that kind of stuff for the demos for both of them. Well, they're both in the same campaign. The shoot 'em up game is going to be in the higher tiers of the
Yes,
campaign.
trusty sidekick. That's what we were saying
So
earlier.
if you back the higher tiers, you get Blastbot, and then you also get the shoot 'em up game Blastbot Armada along with it too.
Yes, exactly. Apex.
That's right, trusty sidekick.
That's what we were
Bring
saying
back
earlier.
that
Yeah,
Trusty.
that's what I
related
said, yeah.
story inside.
And I love
That
the
tells story.
Invaders. The Invaders
That's
were
right.
awesome too.
Exactly, Trusty.
Hey, crazy comic collector.
That's Charles. He'll be your co-host.
Oh, well then let's give him a wrench and add him as a moderator. And
All
maybe
right.
he'll come back.
He will.
If you
Hey,
have any
Charles. Good to
links-
see you, buddy.
If you've got does he have his own YouTube channel?
He does. It's long-haired, skinny, long-haired Jesus freak.
Okay, well drop your link if you would, crazy, in the
Charles, drop your link to your YouTube channel. He just
definitely.
started it, so there's only 2 videos up right now. If you're a Christian, you'll
That's
love it.
always
If you're
nice.
not a Christian, feel free to go on there and debate him.
Terry Dodson. Do you like Terry Dodson artwork?
I don't like
I'm
that.
not familiar with it.
Not on this one.
That
But
one's
now
okay,
this
but
is
it's just
comic book
mediocre.
logic, right? You're underwater and the colors are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
That's what I could not get across to my that it sometimes it's not realistic. It's comic book logic.
Yeah, I was shocked when
Look at
that
this.
the
Okay,
guy
well, what's
couldn't
going
get
on?
that.
Who cares? I don't care.
Oh
No.
God!
Help
Terrible.
me! It's a
At
shadow
least,
hawk.
at least she's got a little bit of curve. You know.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
most
Well,
of
she
the
got
time,
those
Captain Marvel
birthing
nowadays
hips.
looks
Look,
like a
big
little boy.
hips.
Looks lame.
Yeah, it's weak.
So yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, oh.
Never liked Howard the Duck. I
I didn't
especially don't
either.
like him
I
seeing
hated
that.
Howard the Duck.
Talk
Yeah.
about
So is
another
this
joke
Beatles?
character.
Is this what that is? Abbey Road?
I don't know. It's just some old people. I have no idea.
Some old
Yeah.
people.
It's
It
not
is,
really Abbey
literally.
Road.
And what's on the menu? Duck.
Oh, Greg.
I mean, look, it's just old people going around a hat or something. It's random. I don't get it.
Survive. Well, not with comics like this and colored like this. It's too damn dark.
What the
Genuine
fuck?
Comics says, "Why did you buy Modern Captain Marvel, Rex?"
That's what I asked him a while ago. I'm like, why
15
did you even
cents.
buy this trash? It's not even. It
What?
takes up space.
Why don't I buy modern
Well, that's
anything?
true. It
Look at
does.
this.
Yeah,
If nothing else, I get content for today's show.
yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
God.
Yeah, we got something to make fun of.
Hey,
That
listen,
Black Widow is probably the worst cover you've shown so far.
I've got a
Yeah.
micro rant. You ready?
Okay.
When we talk about modern versus older,
Okay, that's not the worst cover I've seen.
yeah, that's
today.
okay.
This is Alan
My pet-
Davis, I think.
My pet
Wow.
peeve
Yeah.
are
Alan
things
Davis.
that don't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
For example, the most prominent one is modern can openers, electric can openers don't open cans.
Yeah.
The ones from the 70s could rip a manhole cover out of the street.
That's true.
I
I'll go.
literally went and bought manual can openers because the 10th electric can opener I have purchased will not open cans. They fall off. They ride up instead of cutting. It's like, what in the hell?
That's Alan Davis too.
Yeah, Alan Davis is good.
Okay.
But I stick by what I said. First of all, Steve Epting is great at covers,
It's too dark.
but so is
Yeah.
Adam Hughes.
Muddy again.
Muddy.
hmm
I just don't get why they can't get the concept of contrast.
They don't know what the fuck they're
Deadpool
doing.
and Howling Commandos.
That one's
It's
kinda
like
okay.
some of the art and some of the colors are almost there. You know, it's like it makes me think that the colorist or whoever laid out the color scheme like
Mhm.
almost knows how to set up a color scheme, but like there's probably one stupid idea they've got
It's the
that
pop.
they can't get past, right?
Right,
There's one
yeah.
idea that's holding them back from doing something pro looking.
That one's kind of
That's
cool.
very cluttered though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color separations would have helped, but they're not there.
No.
Yeah,
It's not.
and-
Art
It doesn't look
again.
interesting to me. It doesn't look.
It would
doesn't have
look
that,
better in black and white.
It doesn't have the coolness factor.
Carol, right on. Listen, back in the 80s when I was on active duty, I had an alarm clock that failed me twice. There's no such thing as tardy in the military, okay? So the second time it failed me, I took it to the rifle range and I shot it. That's true.
I-
True Goblin. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Want to say to the young ones out there, just from looking at this box of modern covers and all that stuff,
Mhm.
if you're looking to break into the industry and do something cool,
You
be
have
a
more than enough
colorist,
talent.
be a really good colorist, and
What about
fix
this?
this kind of crap.
No, that's
They
like
don't.
This
They
is
don't
hard.
want a good colorist, apparently, though.
Yeah,
I
I guess not, man. Either that or they're hard to find. That's the only thing I can figure.
This might be Bill Sinkovich, but I'm not sure.
I would rather have flats. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
were saying
oh,
that
cool.
yesterday, I think. That you'd rather have just flats.
Mhm.
I'd rather have black and white than bad colors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's like you said, Greg, it's how do you do black and white that matters.
Yeah. You know, the thing about that X-23 character, which you were
until
showing on the cover
basically
there,
don't suck.
the new Wolverine, she's actually the one that I don't mind. Like
Oh, yeah, this one?
the female replacing a male, because
Mm-hmm.
in the case of her story, it actually makes some sense. You know,
Which
it
is
actually that's one of those characters I don't mind that are newer, but it's like the only one they've pulled off in the last 10 years.
Yeah, she's actually not badly developed as far as character goes.
the Max series.
Jesus, that's so dark.
That's not the max.
What the hell? That didn't sound-
No, it's not Sam Keith, is it?
That's right. That's not Sam Keith.
Yeah,
You're not fooling me, buddy. That's
Okay.
a pizza with everything on it.
I'm telling you.
what in yeah, you got to
Take
look
a
at that.
pizza,
for a
scrape the
second.
toppings off into a bowl, and that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's too much.
Clean, crisp, dynamic, interesting. That's what you want.
Definitely. I mean, it all comes down to contrast more than anything.
Composition,
I
To
contrast,
guess
and
me,
so.
color. Let's see. Apex is
your
Apex Comic Collector Box, 7
store
various
is in your
comics.
window, Greg. Uh-oh. Something
What?
happened to Greg. I
What was in
didn't
his window? Bigfoot?
Thor, his cat.
Oh,
Apex Comics collector box, 7 various comics plus one sign. Is it going to be this modern stuff?
one
No,
side in
well,
black and white print, plus limited edition ash can, plus bonus mystery gift for $30 free domestic shipping. PayPal him at PayPal me/Apex Graphics with an F. Hell yeah. You
now,
rock,
didn't you
Apex.
get one of those, Shadowhawk?
Yes, I did. I believe I was Apex's first mystery box customer,
And
and
were you happy with it?
I was very happy with it. He also threw in a nice little sketch and a couple of
Nice.
limited edition prints.
Nice.
Very nice little pack.
Very cool. Very cool. Apex is a class act, folks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Fembat, man. I've been a fan for a while now.
Yeah, Greg, Rex said, what's that in your window? I thought, hell, Bigfoot's done come up on his porch and got him.
I wish I was out in the
Weird
country. Fucking hate being in town.
That's
Weird.
okay. That's
That
okay.
ain't bad. That's but I mean,
It
kind of
works.
a little cheesy, but
It's a
Yeah.
little simple. Yeah, I can knock
It
that
is
out in 10
simple.
minutes cover.
yeah, again, like a
No, I kind of like
teenager
this,
might have done it.
but I
Yeah.
don't like the coloring.
Yeah,
Wake the
again,
Mangog.
That one's okay, but yeah, that would look better with
Because
what?
this is a
Flats.
Kirby character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't find that interesting at all.
Oh, you bet, Apex. You bet.
Well, you have a more modern sensibility about it.
It is true, though, that if you look at a lot of these that are bad, if you took the color out and even the inking, you might have some good art under there.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Alpha Flight. Now, I like the John Byrne Alpha Flight, but this.
That's
kind-
pretty decent out of all
That's
those
okay.
newer covers.
Yeah, but
That's okay.
0.1.
Hold
Why
that back
can't
up
we-
again.
I hate that shit.
Why can't we do normal numbering?
Yes, I would rather have Avengers number 3000
I
than
don't know.
3000 number ones.
Okay,
On
so
closer,
first
on
of all,
closer inspection, those
So-
two faces in the background are
so
Yeah.
hold that up a second. Okay, so the chick down at the bottom, that's the stupidest place you could put her. She should be up above them because she's flying or whatever.
Well,
It
she's the water.
looks like
She's swimming. That's Namaretta.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
coming
just-
up
it
out of
just-
No,
the
it's not, Doc.
she
Well,
looks
I
like
don't
she's
know who the fuck it is. It's somebody swimming. It's somebody swimming. It's an aquatic female.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
looks
That's
lame.
okay. That's okay.
Mm,
Coloring ruined it.
The character that you mentioned is Namor's cousin. Did you know Namor? He was wanting a regal name, so he spelled Roman.
Roman backwards. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks strange. What
What?
compels me to buy this book?
It
There's
looks
nothing-
like hipsters did some photoshopping.
Yeah.
here.
That's
Yeah.
Hobo Doctor Strange and a crackhead.
Oh, yeah.
pick up this book on your way to the rave.
I'm of the-
I have it 15 cents.
I never liked Doctor Strange in the comic books at all.
I
Never
did.
cared. Never
I
cared
did.
for that character.
I never cared for this. Them
That
putting
doesn't-
all this
that
down
doesn't
here.
work.
I don't like that either.
Nope.
Remember the old Marvels had the banner and the Ditko box and all
Get
that,
that.
and
That
framed
was
it in
cool.
nice.
Classic.
Yeah. And now we get Marvel.com up here.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, we've seen worse today.
It looks like a page
Yeah.
in the bikini bikini book they do. You know, like
The
Yes,
swimsuit
like-
issue. Swimsuit issue. That's Alan
oh,
Davis.
that's awful.
I think this
That's
is Alan
awful.
Davis. Yeah, I'm not as big on Alan Davis as what a lot of people are. I do like some of the stuff, but
That's awful.
I mean, look how much space the banner takes up. I feel cheated. I mean, these aren't exciting. They're more symbols. You know, don't know. Didn't Aaron Lopresti? I know this is an Aaron Lopresti, I believe, but do Planet Hulk?
Hmm.
And is that Captain America? And is I guess supposed to be.
I guess it's insinuating he's
His
Hulk's
shield.
looking at the shield and he's angry, so like he's gonna go and fight, I guess.
Carol's take on that Doctor Strange cover. It looks like a ghetto Harry Potter snatching Rose off the front of the Titanic, but she hasn't yet realized she's flying through the sky on an invisible broom.
Oh, that's good.
You win the internet for today, Carol.
That's pretty damn good.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Even
here.
if you have
Okay.
a good cover,
Same.
which this is not, all that stuff down there is distracting.
What are we looking at? I don't get it.
It's
I
an
see body
armbar.
parts.
Somebody took a drawing of professional wrestlers in the ring
Oh,
and did that.
that's awful. How did you get that?
Terrible.
What?
How did he get that? Well, it only cost me a dime. So.
It only cost me a dime.
Storage is expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping it in my house, so
So is back surgery.
no contrast really.
I don't
Yeah.
even. I mean,
I like the
That's-
once again. I kind of like that paint texture
Mhm.
look to it, but I don't
that
know.
works. That works well. That is a good cover.
That's pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good cover.
You see a character in distress. You got the villain. Assuming the
Yeah, that's okay.
antagonist in the background there. Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
cool.
sorry if my typing was distracting there. Dead. I have a liberal trying to argue with me. That never works out well.
This is that Cho Hulk, isn't it? The indestructible Hulk
I don't know.
with the dewlap hair. You know. that
Why's
stands
Hulk got a
up.
gun?
What does
Really?
he need a gun for?
Yeah.
Why would he ever have? He doesn't fucking need that shit.
And
Exactly.
one's not good enough. Now this is
Just like Spider-Man doesn't need to throw fireballs.
Yeah.
And go invisible.
No.
That's
No.
awful.
No,
No,
that's
that's terrible.
yeah, that's
That
bad.
is terrible work.
this is
It's
that.
like
Anatomy
early
is bad.
adolescent.
Everything is bad.
This
That's
is McGinnis. You know, he did Superman stuff. He's always
It's
But
like
yeah,
it
well,
looks like early
obviously he
adolescent level of development.
yeah.
Ninth
His
grade.
muscles are like helium induced. You know, blown up.
what was he on shrooms when he was doing that one?
Could have been. Could have been. Now there's Halo.
It doesn't look interesting at all, and that doesn't look like
No.
That's not
Mm.
dynamic. I get what they're trying to do, but they failed.
Yeah.
17
That-
and up. It's-
That robot doesn't look at all. What do you
Now
intimidating?
this one's passable. Okay, I
He
don't know
says,
who did it, but
"Yeah, that's okay.
It's
The
okay.
anatomy's bad, but the composition
Yeah.
is good."
I don't like the
Yeah.
body poses at all, but
but
Yeah,
this
anatomy
this
is not
does
One of
not
the better
make
ones.
me want to buy it though.
no.
I mean, I guess you could call it stylized. or whatever.
Apex says yes. Ed McGinnis was in fact on shrooms. Nope.
You know,
Oh,
some-
okay.
fail.
No, that's not interesting. You know what I keep noticing is these artists don't understand that bodies have weight. You
Mhm.
know, they're not moving and standing or in poses that look like they have any weight to their bodies at all. It's just like at the end of the final fight in the Black Panther movie. If you watch that, it looks like they have
Looks
no weight.
terrible.
It doesn't look real because of that. That's the way these
Terrible
guys are
CG.
drawing, and also their poses make the characters look weak. Like Wolverine doesn't look like he's leaping or doing his usual thing. He looks like he's uncertain of what's
Yeah.
he's not in command of his body.
I
Now
know
imagine
it's-
how much better that would look if they did the old school and have one hand forward foreshortened
yeah.
and one arm drew back. That cover would work.
But look
Yeah.
how stocky. I know she's had 2 children, okay? But look how rounded, look how big Sue looks.
Yeah, I don't mind a girthy girl. I mean, not girthy. What's what I'm looking for?
Come on,
Thick.
Doc.
But
I don't either.
that pose, was a no, and it was so easy to fix. Just increase the size of one of the hands and put the other one back.
Mm-hmm. But you
No.
got to know how to do that, dog.
Alpha.
That's a
big- No.
Alpha big time.
Yeah, Lorenzo said I don't like most of these modern covers, and I agree. In
Yeah,
fact,
Alpha
I
made
agree.
the few that aren't like the few that I thought were the better ones, they still did not entice me to want to buy the book.
And the old ones that he's shown are the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What
and
am
I wasn't even
looking at
impressed with
here?
those.
What are we
They're that
even
much
looking
better.
at here?
Is this supposed to be
know.
Magneto? What? I don't know.
What the fuck kind of alien anatomy is that?
Yeah,
I
what's
also
this?
noticed a lot of perspective issues on these
Yes,
new guys.
yes.
What's
By
that?
the way, here's a question for you: a person, Magneto, who manipulates the magnetic field, why would they be ripped like the Hulk?
Now
You
this
wouldn't
is a
need
Terry
to.
Dobson cover. Now he does a lot of chicks.
That one's okay.
Man, coloring's still not great.
Boring.
Yeah, the coloring loses it.
I mean, does that scream sexy? Not really.
No.
Not really.
I mean,
boring.
give me that.
Hold it back
Crazy,
up.
give me some of those Playboys.
Hold it back up. Look,
Shit,
the
give me-
faces
give
are
me-
well executed. They're attractive, but
Yeah.
that is not a suspenseful cover
Look
that
up.
makes you
Look,
want to buy
just
the
cut
book.
it off and look at the legs. the
Yeah,
position.
exactly. Just a red background.
Well, I mean, they're
Boring.
so awkwardly positioned.
hmm hmm hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my issue with it. The overall design is,
Right.
especially the color, is just. Now that is a good cover.
What think,
That's-
Greg?
That's a dynamic pose.
Is that a great cover? Is that a good cover, like he says?
It's passable.
It-
I like
good.
the art. I like
Yeah.
the art, but I don't know what's going on. It's just a dude punching or flying through the
Right.
air. So that,
Yep.
Man,
It doesn't
apparently
really.
good.
It doesn't entice me to buy it, but the art is good. The character.
But think about it though.
You know what this is? It kind of has a Walt Simonson feel to it.
Yeah.
actually.
If it
Yeah,
had that
okay.
little blurb on the cover, springing into action, like that we used to do on Marvel Comics back in the day, then that would sell it.
Yeah, or in
Well, we
this
look at the
issue.
good and the bad around here.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Fail.
I don't
Next.
see anything good about that at all.
No, that's a fail. I'm the editor. I send that back. What the fuck is this?
I'm the
That's
clown.
supposed to be Psylocke. That's
Apex
Yeah,
Comics.
is that
Awkward
supposed to be
position. That's what
Psylocke?
she
That
said.
doesn't even look like Psylocke.
that's horrible.
That's that's
God. I'm so glad I haven't
That'll
bought
hide.
any. of this.
See,
Glad he hasn't eaten yet.
see what I think. Oh, that's boring. You know, I think back in the day they would have artists submit trash covers
wait,
too,
wait,
like
wait,
that.
wait.
But what they would end up doing is they would,
it a
you know,
body bag?
you would have Jim Shooter or somebody, and they would say, "This sucks." All right,
Yes.
have Bisley do a cover for this issue then.
Yeah.
And then
Is-
they'd have
was
somebody
she
like Bisley
unzipping
come in
somebody's
and,
pants, or
and
was that a
save the
body
day.
bag?
Hold on, dude. I think they would. I think that's why they had so many Bisley covers. Is I think Biz came in and saved the day when artists were put. Artists were better back in the previous eras. But
Because
what's
the
going on
editors
now?
were better.
Right. What's going on now is you don't have that kind of editor in chief like Jim Shooter or anybody
Exactly.
that's saying, "Oh, this is awful. Get rid of this," and it's just they're just slapping it out.
This looks like a
That's
movie
boring.
poster.
That's terrible.
Boring.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, Greg. Jim Shooter accepted no bullshit. Don't
Mhm.
try to bluff your way past Shooter.
Yeah, dude, and people didn't like him, but guy, with
People
Quality
never like
Comics
editors, dude. People don't
Quality
like editors.
Comics came out
Editors upset
underneath that
people.
guy.
Yeah, he
Editors
saved.
upset people, dude. That's
Yeah,
why.
he
Exactly.
saved DC once and Marvel twice.
But that's
We
your
need him
job,
back.
man. You're not there to be nice to people. You're there to tell them, what the fuck they did wrong.
It's
Especially
not
when
being,
you're
it's
on
not being
deadline.
mean. Giving professional critique isn't
Right.
being mean to begin with.
No,
it's on
yeah.
it's on the person who's reacting that way.
He's
It's on
got-
the person
The
that's getting,
editor is supposed
that's
to be
getting
thinking.
butt hurt
Yeah.
when that's just their normal job. That's that
Yeah.
editor's job. They got to tell you, okay, this sucks, that sucks, replace it. I know you can do it. Go and do that. Then they
You're
have
right,
to just go
Apex.
do it, and they need to shut up instead of trying to be like, oh, but I want to do it this way, and that editor
Yeah.
won't let me.
It's not
Exactly,
it's
dude.
not an
But
editor
think
It's a
about
team.
trying to
placate his staff. It's his job to think about the consumer.
Yep.
think about trying to be an editor these days, though. And even if you as gently as you can tell somebody you need to redraw this thing, and then they just have a tantrum because you hurt their feeling. I
Oh, I
mean,
know
you
what
know,
it's like. I know what it's like, and I've had some people leave already.
oh my
Because
God, dude, that's
it's
just
how it is. People are weak these days, man. Like mentally,
you ain't
a
kidding,
lot of
man.
people are very, very fragile, and you have no idea that you're going to upset them most of the time when you fucking upset them. It's just you're just talking pro. You're being honest. To me, a person who is giving real critique and being honest and is that's somebody you got to listen to. It's very difficult. I don't like doing that. I would like to just get along with everybody, right? That's what everybody wants to do. We all want to just get along, but in reality,
yeah,
it's not
but
going to happen sometimes.
This
I mean,
works.
you
This
get out in the
works.
real world, life is just, you got to
This
toughen up a little bit.
this is interesting enough. It makes me wonder, how did the bullet get in his head?
Ooh,
I don't know.
adamantium bullet. See, that doesn't make any sense though either, because
I don't
right,
really.
the adamantium would shatter on the other adamant.
And
It's not interesting to me.
would
I
his
don't know.
hair show up on a?
Well,
they had the hair on it.
Like the bullet
like
gives us a
everything else,
question, right?
continuity and lore doesn't matter anymore.
It's given us a question, but that's it. I didn't see anything
That's a
interesting.
pinup, but that's not really a cover.
No.
Mm,
Blech.
But
It
you
looks
can tell
awful.
what's going on, what it is.
yeah,
Kinda.
I mean,
I don't know what her
Again,
hand
that-
is doing and her claws. They're fucking
yeah,
really
the
bad.
one,
She's
Yeah, that
just
was
showing
the
them to
writing
you.
didn't.
I
Okay,
never understood this
that's
character,
Lady
Deathlock, with all
Yeah.
these fingers. I mean, how
Yeah.
does she even sleep with those?
I don't.
That's
They
That's that
tried to make
cashier
her
Dollar
like
General.
so fierce
How do
back
you
in
pick
the
your
in the
nose?
'90s.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
And
At a
that's
those
distance.
and those
At
are
a
very
distance.
weak. Like when my character Gunny was designed, we specifically made sure his claws were very short and
How
his
do you
fingers
wipe your
and his
ass?
fingers were very thick and strong so that he can actually rip. Like those long ass fingers can't really do anything.
They
What can they
can't do
do?
shit. Yeah,
Like
I mean,
maybe creep
Yeah.
up into your nose if you're sleeping and like puncture your brain or something. That's not a superpower.
yeah. But if you tried to rake somebody with those things, they'd just snap.
Right.
I mean, well, of course they're supposed to be adamantium laced, I guess.
there's a cashier at
Yes, he
Dollar
would.
General that has those same fingernails.
This is pitiful.
What the hell?
Is it?
Is
That
that
is
supposed to be
saber tooth.
Sabertooth? Oh man,
The fuck?
Mm.
The fuck
Okay.
is what?
pass.
That's awful.
Yep,
That's a
pass. You ain't
10-year-old.
getting my money.
An 8 or 10-year-old did that. You can't convince me
Wow.
otherwise. That's awful.
The coloring again.
Mm,
Great
yeah.
concept. That's a good concept where the villain's larger.
Yes, it's a
But-
good concept. It's a good
Back in
composition.
the day, this
Color
would have been an
ruins it.
awesome Defenders cover. But
Something about the proportion on that
Yeah,
hip
Is
into
that
leg
underwater?
there.
Yeah, the leg's awful.
Yeah, that's just the proportions are all off.
Again though, that is ripping on a classic trope. If that was done in a flat, it'd be fine.
Is that underwater? Is that what we were seeing there?
no, I don't
I
think
don't
it is.
Then
I
that
think
was
it was-
wrong. Then that was the wrong color scheme.
I think it was
Yes.
supposed to be in the rain. I'm not sure.
That's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
No.
that's passable.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't
Well, like-
use
Still
it.
doesn't make
like you
doesn't
said-
want to make me buy it.
No,
but,
no.
Boring.
No, you
If,
want a good Hercules series? How about the 80s Bob Layton Hercules?
What the hell is that Silver
So-
Surfer thing?
I got a 4-issue miniseries.
I don't know.
believe.
It's supposed
Is that
to.
the one you're talking about?
You know,
It's probably
make you want to buy it.
Galactus's. It's probably Galactus's new Herald or something. You know,
Yeah.
I
he
thought
does.
you were gonna
He
say
does get different
Galactus's-
heralds.
Galactus's hemorrhoid.
And
Yeah.
these never took off. The Marvel UK.
No, that's it.
I have a bunch of older Death's Heads. I loved them.
Galactus and
Yeah.
Liberace always getting
Used
new
to,
hair.
like,
Galactus and Liberace.
Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
Where?
Boring.
Yeah,
Where?
where?
It's a manga. That's a manga cover right there.
Yeah, that pass.
Sean Hawk, is
I
that
would
what you
rather
said?
watch 3
Galactus' new herald
seasons
should
of
be
Kung Fu.
Liberace?
No,
I
it's
would rather watch the
Galactus and
70s Kung Fu,
Liberace always
the 3
getting new
seasons,
herald.
and watch and read it. Oh, now this is the final issue, so it's kind of key because
I
it's
could see
another
Liberace as a herald.
final issue of the New Warriors. How long
He's
did
very
it last?
shiny.
12 issues. And this is why.
It looks like a cartoon. It's
Oh
a kid's
man,
cartoon.
Yeah.
and I liked the original New Warriors when they first
I
come
did
out. I
too.
think
Mark
I got
Bagley artwork.
I
Yeah,
wanted that
Good
book to be
story.
good. I wanted it to be good so bad.
those stories weren't great, but
No, I agree.
The
Oh,
new
God.
new Warriors.
I thought
obviously
Night
they've
Thrasher
gotten
was
way
a
worse.
stupid name
And
for a
this is
hero.
when they were doing that Marvel
It
now.
is.
What, a decade ago?
Why not just be Thrasher?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Night Thrasher.
It's-
But again, in the 90s, it was Bloody, Death, Hawk, Night.
yeah. You had to have
Teddy bear in the background. Killer teddy bear, I guess.
Somebody needs to tell Andy about that.
See, they're trying to emulate some Akira there, is what they're trying to do. But Akira was actually good. And
I couldn't even see what that was.
and they're
I
not.
guess so. You might like this one, Greg. Death Head 2.
Yeah, I've got that book. I think I have that issue.
Oh yeah, I
familiar.
think I got that one as well.
And that one.
Yeah,
That looks familiar too. Yeah.
I think I got that one as well.
I never read any of that when it came out.
I didn't either.
I don't remember any of the story, so I don't think the story was very good. But,
Yeah,
I like
there you go.
I like the look of the
This-
character and the art.
This was some good stuff from I think the late '80s.
Mhm.
That's actually a pretty good cover.
Yeah.
That's-
Interesting,
yeah.
exciting.
Reminds you of a
actually,
Perez cover.
Yeah,
Anderson artwork.
I believe it was based on a classic, like a Greek mythology tale or something. And then, yeah, it was a 12-issue limited series. It was actually pretty good.
See, this is another.
I
This is
remember
another
that.
cover that. This is another
remember
cover that
this.
has a whole bunch of words on it instead of art.
Yeah.
That's lame. That's fucking lame.
Ravage 2099.
I remember
is
the
long.
launch of the 2099 books. I got into Doom 2099. I liked it.
All right, you will like this one, Greg.
I have
Guaranteed.
Hulk and Punisher and Spider-Man 2099s. I didn't like any of them really that much.
What the actual hell are we looking at?
What? Some of them I just sit there and look at, it's weird. I don't like. This is one of the weirdest things I've seen in a
Is that
while.
Power Girl coming over from DC to sit on somebody's back?
The question
a
I have is
scroll
just
tail?
why. My question is just why. I just want to know why. No, I don't. I actually don't want to know.
Right.
I really don't want to know why. Actually, no, I take that back.
Survey says.
Ugh. Jesus. You know, it's
You're
just
going to
really
need a
ridiculous.
palate cleanser. Check this out.
What the fuck
What
are
the
we
fuck
even
is
seeing?
going on there? Anime
Some
shit. There's
elongation.
Some weird manga looking
If it was
style.
Plastic Man, I might be able to.
That's terrible. I'm the editor in chief. I say, whoever drew this, fire them and find me an artist.
Yeah, they can draw, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
that is well executed.
Yeah.
So it made the box.
That's not Warlock.
Warlock and the Infinite.
That's
Pit, the troll, or whatever.
yeah, that's I was trying to remember his name.
I'm here to
he got-
save the universe. Well, we don't care.
It's-
This is an awful cover.
I think I have that one, but it's not a good cover, no.
Yeah, Pip Man.
I have that whole Infinity, the original Infinity series, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we heard you the first time, Dad.
Oh, Alan Davis cover.
I
Me.
Meh.
mean,
Really?
so, at least you know what you're looking at.
Well, that's true. I mean, this is closer to what you're calling flatted color.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't mind flats if they're done well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I actually thought about I want to
The
produce a book
Destroyer.
in the style of the 70s on newsprint with flat color.
Meh.
What do you think, Shadowhawk?
Well, at least you know what's going on by color,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Did
It's kind of
Shadowhawk fall
boring,
out?
even though it
But yeah,
shouldn't
it's
be.
like, yeah, I'm going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think I would rather watch 3 seasons of Kung Fu than read that, really. Is he going up against a Transformer? What the heck?
I don't even know what that is.
I think this character's out of the Avengers, really.
No, I mean I know
Yeah.
that's Logan on the right. I have no idea who that is on the left, but what's happening in the middle?
Yeah,
What
I
are we
don't know
looking at?
either. And
Claws
I-
against his energy sword, I guess.
I don't see that.
I don't
Yeah, I
either.
don't-
I just
I don't
see some
know.
lighting effect.
I mean, Wolverine and the other character are drawn well. They look cool, but
Now, I kind of like the sepia tone look here. You know, the usage, but yeah,
That's a functional cover, but again,
yeah, functional.
somebody took the easy way out on the mid ground.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I would much rather instead of this than what you drew me. You know,
Oh, you'd much rather have that than what I drew?
no, I'd rather have what you drew me
Oh.
than that.
Okay, cool. Me too.
And
That's why I drew it.
yeah. And if you missed it yesterday, we're going to take a look at that. I know it's a little blurry, but hey,
Don't show the blurry. I've got the original sitting right here.
oh, okay.
If you embiggenate me. This is not a cover. This is a trading
Oh,
card
Shadowhawk got bounced out.
of
Wow.
Rex's character.
Yeah. It looks better than yesterday. Your camera was really messing up yesterday. I think
think
you
that-
got more light in there. I can see light.
I think that was your
back wall.
internet that was messing up because everything's the same here.
It's still messing up today, Doc.
Okay. All right.
Insulating.
You know,
Yeah, that turned out good.
I do need to upgrade my camera, no doubt. I didn't get this one for art purposes.
The Nubian. Here I am. Film back coming soon. That's right. That Apex Comics.
Mm-hmm. Shadowhawk, what happened to you, brother?
Yeah, what happened? Show you Shadowhawk. There's the link again if you want to come back in. We're almost done with this box.
what's going on there?
Yeah.
It's a variant cover. You'd think it'd be better than.
I get that it's Black Panther, but the whole cover shouldn't be black.
Yeah,
Right.
what's going on?
Like some penciler went through all the trouble to like draw all this action going on. It looks like, and
Yeah,
then
and even
the colorist,
even
the
this is
colorist
off.
just came in and just fucking blacked everything out.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they've been doing that for a very long time. Like I say, since the '90s on up,
The
early
late
90s,
90s.
like this. No, early '90s. I've seen some
What is
early
that?
'90s stuff.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Well, that's Droop,
Who?
an X-Man, something. Like
What? That's an X-Men.
That's a
that.
booger.
See that?
That's
like
a
a
booger
fucking-
with eyes.
They had a
Seriously.
Wolverine and Droop book at one time.
That
What?
was a booger with eyes.
Droop? The
Droop.
fuck? The fuck? You should be ashamed for even knowing that thing exists, Rex.
That does not
What
in
the
any way
fuck?
work as a cover.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
don't even-
colorist killed it for sure.
That just does not work as a cover.
This may be an Art Adams cover, but I'm not sure. I think it's an Art Adams cover. Now, do you like it?
All right, Shadowhawk, that sounds like a good plan.
Not really.
No, I still don't like it.
No, I
I
don't.
like
It's
it.
disjointed. It doesn't work as a composition.
Accidentally kicked myself. I'm going to spend a little time with the wife. Got the house outside tonight. Yep. Well, thanks for coming in, Shadowhawk.
Yeah,
Later,
rock on,
brother.
brother.
Rock on.
That's okay.
Meditate.
Boring.
Yep.
It's boring, but
Boring.
it works. I mean, as far as the composition, the anatomy, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Greg Land cover.
Oh,
There you go.
so he
There-
traced
that-
it.
Yeah. There's your
Greg
answer.
Lynn. I kind of like this one because it has the Beast, but without hair. And Doctor Strange.
That's okay.
Boring.
Yeah. It's
It's
passable.
all right. It works.
Yeah.
I would see that more as a trading card than I would a cover, though.
I think these
Sentinel
people
covers are
don't-
great, but this Sentinel cover just doesn't do it. The coloring is just, I mean, it's too cluttered. It's
It's
what?
pizza with everything on it.
Right. I can't tell what's going on. There's Storm. 'Cause she's got some white hair.
Storm's in there somewhere.
Well, see the Wolverine claw up there. Is that Wolverine?
It's just body parts.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
You're
yeah,
right.
It's like a jumble of pile of body
It's like
parts.
they put it in a chipper.
a bucket of puke.
That's Alan. Davis.
That is
That's
a
pretty
great
cool.
cover.
That's Alan
That is a
Davis cover.
fantastic
but again,
cover.
I don't like that.
I don't
down
either,
there.
but that looks great.
What's wrong with his back? Look at how it's shaped. That's really bad. Now the
No, it's
more
okay.
I look at, the more
Yeah,
I look
I
at
mean,
it,
if
it
you
doesn't
look at that where
good.
the head is
But it's exciting
compared to
and
his
there's-
backbone,
It's okay. It's
He's-
all right. It works.
no, he took his head off.
His head's well. He just punched his head off.
Look at
see?
the- look at
That's
the
fine.
shape of his
but
back.
It's got to line up with the backbone.
I
agree
understand
with
that.
Greg
I'm,
on
Look at
that
that
one.
shit.
I'm saying the composition works.
Yeah, but I mean,
The way
head
he's
just-
punching, yeah.
yeah, eh.
I don't like
Yeah,
it.
move the head up and to the right a little bit, and it's fine.
I
How
don't
can
like it.
Alan Davis get that wrong though?
Anybody can make a mistake,
Oh, okay. Yeah, look
except
at this.
editors. They should never
It's
make
washed
mistakes.
out. It's
I don't even know what
washed
I'm
out.
looking at right there. What is that?
Yeah.
The crashing through, supposed to be falling. That could be a dramatic cover, but it's
yeah.
crap.
The
Once-
broken glass in the foreground killed it.
Once again, that poor penciler probably did a damn good job.
That looks good.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
and
different.
this is an interlinking
Interesting.
cover that they did.
I like that one.
It's all interlinking. Let's see.
That works. That one works as a
I
cover.
can get it. to
Yeah.
interlink here.
The right one on the right doesn't work as a cover.
No, not as well as the one on the left. The one on the left is really good.
Yeah.
The one on the right's too cluttered.
Yep.
Too
Agreed.
many shapes. Too many chaotic shapes. going
Too
on.
much, man. It got right on top of you.
Yeah.
And then there's another part, I think. But you can't,
What's even there? Is that
again, the
Savage
coloring.
Dragon?
And see, that's a fail.
Yeah,
That was a fail.
it is.
Like, I did 1 out of 3 good. Come on.
Well, the drawing.
Stroke my
it's
paycheck,
fine, but
dude.
The colors killed it.
Yeah.
The colors killed this, I'm sure.
This one
Although
looks
it's
okay.
just a group
It's
shot.
actually all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, it looks like once again they're going for the manga anime look. Look at their
Yeah.
faces.
Yes, I don't even
Yeah,
know what that is.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, the rendering doesn't work, but the composition was good.
Now, here's an oldie.
There you go. That's the way you do a cover.
I'm not really caring for that either.
It works.
Fabulous.
You can see everything.
Well, yeah, but
The
what I'm
pose could be
seeing-
better. The pose
what
could
I'm
be better.
What I'm seeing isn't interesting though. There's no story being told. There's no real action.
Mhm.
It's just a guy flying at you.
showing the
And-
hero.
and that's-
right.
And that only really works if the character design is really cool. Like Rom Space Knight got away with a lot of that because Rom looked cool, you know.
Mhm.
Silver Surfer. A lot of Silver Surfer covers are just him surfing,
But I see
you know,
what
and
Doc's
through,
saying. Which
through
would you
space.
rather
But he
have?
looks cool, so it works.
I liked old
Which would you rather
Rom.
have?
The one on the left.
This one here.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them. To be honest. I really don't.
But
They-
I remember
they're
Rom,
equally-
man. I didn't like the comic as much as I liked the toy.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the few people that had the toy, I guess.
I liked it. I used to play with that thing all the time. It was to scale with my large GI Joes. So my GI Joes would always be the bad guys, and he would beat them up.
Yeah, that was a pretty big toy, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you remember the giant 1976 Christmas GI Joe with the facial hair and
Oh
the,
yeah, I've got them. Yeah, I
yeah,
have
yeah.
'em. They're in poor shape, but I have them.
Yeah, they were to scale, and the $6 Million Man was to scale with them too.
Right. He was a big, larger figure,
Yeah.
like the Titan, like those cheap Titan
Uh-huh.
figures that
Uh-huh.
are like
Uh-huh.
12-inch tall.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I
Good
don't even
times
think
though.
they were that large, though, were they?
I
Were they
would
12-inch
I
tall?
can't remember, but you know the
Yeah.
cheap ones you were talking about, I would I guess I was ahead of my time. I would take away any distinguishing features and then paint them into my favorite superheroes.
Okay. That's why they had Captain Action.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would literally I would
Because he
I,
could be
I had made a Captain
Aquaman or he could
America,
be
Iron Man,
Captain.
I had Thor, I did all my
That's
Avengers.
cool. I wish you still had those.
It's just 1976, bro.
And you did those from G.I. Joe's?
No, from those generic action figures, the ones you got at the dollar store or Roses or Kmart.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I would,
That's called kit bashing. I did my own sort of brand of kit bashing using model car and plane
yeah,
parts, and I would make spaceships with them and things like
yeah,
that. And that's
yeah,
really fun. It got me into
yeah,
doing miniatures for
yeah.
movies. That's what
Well, that
I
eventually led me
want to do
into
some of that.
sculpture, and I'll tell you exactly why. I was 11 years old, and I wanted the Thing to go in that set. He was the only character from the FF I liked, right?
Hmm.
But you couldn't find a Thing-shaped creature. So my dad got me some clay, and I modeled clay around one of those guys and turned him
Mm.
into the Thing, and
Nice.
then had it fired, and it melted the guy on the inside. But
Yeah.
I had the Thing, so
Hmm.
that's how
Wow.
I got into sculpture.
That's cool.
But where did the plastic go?
It burns up in the kiln.
Okay.
I mean, you can do that with a wooden figure. You can make your own armature,
Well, I mean, right. I've done that. I've
paper
done
and
bronze
tape, and it
casting and
burns up.
stuff. Right. But did you leave a hole so the
Hmm.
plastic could flow out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
there's
you,
nothing to flow. The inside of a kiln? Are you kidding? No, it just turned into smoke.
okay. But now
Um,
you have to release all that,
you
right?
do leave a hole. Yeah, yeah,
You leave a hole to let that all out.
yeah. I
Right.
usually do it in the right foot,
Otherwise,
or
it'd blow up.
yeah, it would crack.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I always, whenever I do an internal armature that I want to combust and go away, you always leave a vent hole.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
if you got to leave it somewhere on the main body, there's no problem. You get some super sculpey, you go over it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carol.
Homework.
You don't have to do homework. Just tell them your dog ate it. That always worked.
Yeah.
I'll help you with the homework, Carol. She's going into my old field.
Maybe his dog drug him through the house away from the computer. She was talking about Shadowhawk.
Yeah, and then in the '90s, I did more sculpture. I redid the Thing, and it was amazing. I
Hmm.
did Daredevil because I really like Daredevil. I couldn't find a good statue of him, so I did a Daredevil. But then, like an idiot, I sold them, and I think I sold them for like $60 a pop. And they were worth way more than that.
I have a Ben Grimm that I painted, but it's not finished. So one of these days, maybe I'll finish it. And
Yeah, I always want to know what kind of rock he was made out of because here in the Southeast, there are no orange rocks. You know, I have to respond to this. How does a person's cultural view influence how they define health, illness, and appropriate treatment? Oh, that's a good topic and it's easy to do. And that goes back into schema development. Look at their education, experience, environment, and examples. Break it down along those 4 E's, and you've got a great paper. It was due yesterday. How
oh,
long? How long's it got to be? I can probably fax you one or email you one that I did.
there you go.
I don't think I have any of my old papers. I still have some of my work materials in my bookshelf over here. Let's see.
That's if she has a fax.
I have the 700-page developmental model of recovery.
Doc, show us your tattoo there.
Say it again.
Show us your tattoo. I never
Oh, it's
noticed you
old
had a
and
tattoo.
faded.
Yeah.
It's just Doc. The
Wait a
Marines,
minute. There we go.
the Marines put it on you once you
Oh, okay.
earn their
Branding
respect.
iron, was it?
No, tattoo. And then this one was
Oh, you got one on your hand too.
my search and rescue unit. All of mine are military. This was my search and rescue unit. The idea was you salute and you shake hands and you can see the person's unit. But then we all got in trouble for doing that. So, you know, And I didn't actually mean to show that off, but the t-shirt shrunk a little bit.
Well, when you bit over, it's kind of like, whoop.
But yeah, Carol, I've got a ton of material. I'll have to go through it. I gave away a bunch of my psychology stuff.
175 words. This is a shorty.
Yeah, no problem. That's an easy peasy one. Like I said, grab those 4 developmental factors and just base it on that. Every person's culture is also based on their environment, their examples, their experience, and their education. And education is not formal, it's just anything that you learn. So it's learning, experiential, examples, and your environment. An environment, by the way, is how they define their environment, their tribe, their family, their clan, whatever it might be.
I love developmental psychology
Hmm.
and sociology and anthropology. These are awesome fields to
Yeah.
study.
Yeah, and the problem in modern psychology is that they lost against modern sociology and became co-opted by it. So now it's all about group dynamics and tribalism instead of individual development. And that's always the difference. And you think about it, that's the difference between the right and the left. They're all about group mentality. We're all about individualism. I went into psychology, not sociology.
Yeah, or psychiatry, which I consider to be a quack field. They're just drug dealers. Psychologists, like using integrative psychology, can do some real great work. With
Counseling is
people.
amazing, and you can use psychiatry, but only if there's an effective counselor on the other end monitoring how is that working.
It seemed
We know that bipolar disorder, everybody's bipolar, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know. It just means between up and down.
I am
It is bipolar disorder when it swings too far, too fast, goes one way and gets stuck. That you have to be aware of. Medication can regulate that, but you've got to have a counselor, because a psychiatrist is going to see you for 4 minutes, write you a prescription, and send you out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a counselor is going to spend an hour with you, working with you on your issues. Wait, disclaimer: this is not medical or psychological advice. This is just in my humble opinion.
Yes, you have to.
Disclaimer: I don't want Rex to get struck.
Yeah.
Well, one time I wanted to get a doctorate in psychology, and but the thing was I analyzed the career paths that led to,
Mhm.
and one, I would either be, what I really wanted to do was experimental psychology, but I would be working for the villains, on the worst villains on planet Earth. If I would be writing psyops and all that kind of shit, and social engineering, bad social engineering. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. The other side was like family psychology, or just counseling and such. But the thing is just absorbing all of that pain from all these people on a regular basis. I just didn't want to live like that. Like I do it for close friends and family, right? But like outside of that, it's like, I'm sorry,
Greg,
I can't handle anymore.
When I retired as a counselor, it took me about 2 weeks to realize why I felt so different, because I wasn't carrying everybody's load on me anymore. I wasn't having to think about this case that's coming back next week, and it was such a weird feeling. At first, it was a little distressing. And then it was like, oh, what a relief. But yeah, I discovered, like you, that, are you kidding me? As a counselor, I make exactly the rate per hour as a psychologist. Why would I go to the extra expense? Who cares?
Yeah. Instead, what I ended up doing is I studied it.
A psychologist can give you drugs, right?
No.
Prescribe drugs?
No,
they're not an MD. A psychiatrist does the drugs, and you're not going to get therapy.
Oh, a psychiatrist does. Okay.
A psychologist does therapy, but they also do more research-oriented stuff, whereas a counselor is just going to address what you walk in the door with.
Well, my ex-brother-in-law, he was one, and there was a case of this woman, and she had a sexual disease, and she was batshit crazy in her head. And so due to medical, you couldn't release medical things even to coworkers. It's private, right? And she was going around and infecting these other workers and things if they would sleep with her, you know. And I mean, it was an epidemic there for a while, all because
Yeah.
of medical, you know, you
That
couldn't talk about it.
that law came out of California and was upheld by that circuit court. That one needs to go to the Supreme Court and get overturned.
Well,
Uh,
it
if
seemed
you're
like,
if you're
you
in a
know, if you
healthcare
weren't,
profession, you have a duty to warn of imminent harm to self or others, right? But they blocked that in the instance of AIDS. So you can literally
yeah,
go deliberately give
okay.
somebody AIDS and get away with it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
It
what I
seems
was
like
saying
when you and
earlier,
I went to college that everybody was either in business to be an accountant or a psychologist. They were taking psychology.
Yeah, my school
well,
was criminal justice, business, and psych.
Doc, what I ended up doing is I ended up continuing to study psychology and all that, but I just use it for the other things I do, like
Yeah,
writing, character
sure.
development, all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
But
listen, for writing, Jung
honestly,
is
I
best.
think everybody should study psychology. Literally everybody, even if you're just like, let's say you're a mechanic, you still
Okay.
got to deal with human beings, and you still have to have. You're going to have family. You're going to what? You're not going to have a girlfriend and maybe
If
kids and
you,
stuff. You got to understand humans, and
yeah, when you
so
write,
everybody should study it.
Well, that's
when
one
when
way
you
to
dip into
understand humans.
Jung for writing, holy cow, does that open up so much? The
Yes.
shared unconsciousness opens up the multiverse.
Prove to
Well,
me that there is an unconscious.
you can write believable characters if you get significant life experience observing people, interacting with people, and also studying psychology and
Sure.
sociology. You apply those, you can write some really
Hell
believable
yeah.
scenes and behaviors. Whereas a lot of amateur writing, like especially in Hollywood, we see nowadays is behaviors don't match up with what's going on in scenes.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
they're
And the
very
schema doesn't match the circumstances. Yes.
yeah,
Rex, did you
and
say
they're
prove there's an unconscious?
I said, well, I mean, you know, I love how it's just talked about and talked about and talked about, and yet has it been proven that there's an
You ever been knocked
unconscious?
out? You're unconscious. It means unresponsive in your in your personal affect, in your schema interface with the world. You're out. That's your
Yeah, and
unconscious.
that is measured, by the way,
Yeah, that's
by
measurable by an
instruments,
EEG. Yeah,
EKG,
EEG. Yeah,
EEG.
yeah.
What's
EKG
EKG?
is your heart,
Oh,
electrocardiogram.
okay, all right.
EEG is electroencephalogram.
Thank you.
And the collective unconscious. Think about this. This is the one my professor brought up that got my attention. You ever seen a newborn baby in the crib when they have the fall reflex and they do that? When has that baby ever fallen to
Oh, it's
experience
instinct.
that?
It's genetic memory.
It's the collective unconscious. That fear of snakes, fear of heights, fear of deep water. These are the collective unconscious that Jung was looking at.
Well,
Carol
and
says,
that
I may or may not have pushed a counselor over the edge and he quit. I had some issues back in the day.
I think what you're talking about is genetic memory, which
Yeah.
and animals have the same thing, and that's why you take it when a baby comes out and they put them right into water and it swims right away. It's because there's genetic memory of doing that. But I think
Yeah.
the collective consciousness that Jung was
Unconscious.
referring to, unconscious.
Yeah, the collective unconsciousness.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, that's
that
that's
term.
his primary. That's what it
The
is.
collective consciousness
kids,
is
you
what
might have
he
been
is what
asleep at
is
the
what
time.
Carl Jung talked about, and he's talking about he kept it pretty vague, and some interpret it that he's talking about a divine, like we're in the brain of some god or something, right? Others think it's like we're telepathic. The way
Yeah.
they interpret it is we're all telepathic and we're sharing these ideas. But he talked about a lot of things that we've experienced in our lives. Like, for example, you come up with an idea, like something that I did as a musician was, the song Frayed Ends of Sanity by Metallica off of
Mhm.
Justice for All.
Mhm,
Well, about
mhm.
6 months before that album came out, and by the way, I'd been playing a lot of Metallica, learning all their songs up to that
Mhm.
point. And I got drunk with a buddy and we watched The Wizard of Oz. And I heard the monkeys doing the chant. I'm like, that's so metal. And I took my guitar and I played the exact intro part. Exactly. And I did that. And then 6 months later, Frayed Ends of Sanity released. And
I wrote a song called September Rain 6 months before November Rain was released. The lyrics were not the same, but the theme was exactly the same. And I was like, holy shit, nobody's ever going to believe this. So I threw the song away.
Well, why wouldn't they though? Because it's humans perceive in limited amounts of ways, So
Hmm.
even like some people are shocked when somebody's from a completely different culture from around the world, and they come up with a similar idea. But I don't find it shocking because if you put
I
we're
don't either.
monkeys, kind of. We're like these monkey things, and you
Well,
put
see,
us
I
in a
go the
room
other
with,
way.
with square holes and circle holes, and then
There's
squares and circles. What the fuck are we going to do with them?
there's
It's like,
a that's anthropological and evolutionary psychology versus my spiritual background that says the Bible says, "Behold, there is no new thing under heaven or earth." There's nothing new under the sun. Uh, we just keep recreating the same stuff over and over again. Tolkien called it subcreation. We are created, therefore we subcreate. We imitate our creator by subcreating. And
these
that,
days,
by the way, is a
it's
great
referred
essay.
to as biomimicry. These days, they call
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's in technology development. They
yeah.
call it biomimicry. But yeah, we have been just copying nature, trying to synthesize it. I think the best scientists observe nature and want to coexist with it rather than trying to dominate and destroy it and break it into its just down to its small parts.
I think
And
the best scientists are the ones that are honest enough to say I don't know when they don't know.
yeah,
Just keep
well,
asking questions, experimenting. Make sure it's observable, repeatable, falsifiable. Not just because we say this, it is so. Where's your
well,
evidence? Well, we don't have any, but we believe this to be the case. Then
Well,
say that we
you
know,
believe this to be.
I
you can
see. Almost every scientist I know personally from different fields all does talk exactly like you're talking about. What
Mm.
troubles me a lot of times is that the people that are guilty of what you're talking about, like one guy recently, I've been seeing on John Michael Gaudier's channel, he has these weird biases. Like for example, in one of the episodes, he was talking, and this guy is like supposed to be the one in the top 25 most influential astrophysicist or whatever he is in the world, right? And all this stuff. So, anyways, he was saying, well, we would know that an alien civilization is a certain level of development because they would be using a Dyson sphere on a black hole and using it to destroy their trash and this and that. And I'm sitting there. The first thing that pops in my mind is, how the fuck are you going to sit there and assume that beings we've never seen know zero about what they would or wouldn't do with a fucking black hole, what their advanced tech that's beyond our understanding is capable of doing? And I hear this from one of the top scientists, and I think, wow, we're not necessarily always in good hands.
I just heard the dean of Browning College on radio yesterday, and she couldn't tell you the difference between male and female.
Right.
Well, what about this animal? Well, that's an animal. It's not gender appropriation and blah blah. I'm like, whoa, this is the dean of a major college.
Well, I'll tell you,
Absolutely insane.
there's a guy I've been watching lately, and was it Dr. David Kipping at Columbia University? He's an astrophysicist and astronomer and all that stuff. Anyway, he's got this really cool idea to make the Earth into the lens of a telescope. So because they keep building these bigger and bigger telescopes. The last one was James Webb Telescope. It's like that was over $5 billion. It took like 15 years and a lot of problems, that they had to fight through to build. But they always need a bigger and bigger lens, right? That's the limitation in that type of technology. So this guy's like, hey, this is how we can potentially make the Earth into one. He also said you could do it with the sun. The sun would make a great lens, but we have obviously, we can't really access the sun easily, whereas we're on Earth. We can access the Earth a lot easier. So I think his idea is phenomenal, and I would love to see that done instead of these like billions and billions of dollar projects to take finite metals from our planet and send it out into the void. You know what I mean? It's like they should make some of this stuff from like things that can be grown instead of our finite metals, because I don't like Tesla sending that car out into space. If that even happened, it looked like CGI to me. But if they're really doing that, you have to understand that metal will never be recycled ever again on this planet. It's gone. That's a finite resource. These dickheads keep throwing shit out, and that's the way our ships are designed. They're designed to give up in sections. You know what I mean? Drop sections, and to keep going. And it's not the smartest thing. We can't do that for forever.
That's true.
Right.
Well, guys, I gotta let my dog out and
I got to bounce also.
take a little rest and go on Red Valkyrie here in a little
Rex, let the dogs out.
bit. So thanks for everybody coming in here, and enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Peace out.
Peace.
Later.
And thank you for everybody coming on here that was guest on here. Shadowhog Max, Greg, and Doc. Really appreciate it. And we're out of here. Let Abby out and enjoying your weekend.